Yeah. Chess and the Timmons. Yeah. I'm the man in charge, triple dip justice. My reach is large, indicting T-Rex arms. Yeah, they on display. Short reach, big mess on a public way. Yo. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Kasi rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, if they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Kasi rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, if they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Advanced years, wisdom stacked. Try me once, no turning back. James Jackson ordered, case dismissed. Kasi cheek strikes, you won't resist. Order in the court, the rhythm pounds. Justice echoes, breaking bounds. Prosecutor by day, mic in hand by night. Adjust your antennas, I'm the signal, alright. Antennas, tune in tight. Kasi rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Yeah, adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Kasi rules the bench.
Jay, bro, that's a tough one, man.
You see, there's a difference. I said if you get knocked out, you tighten up. I didn't say if you pass out. There's a difference. If she passed out, I don't see her foot staying on the gas.
I mean, the only thing I
don't see it getting there because of impact either. Being stuck there, I don't see it being stuck there because of impact. I don't see that at all. And I did hear that she drove with her left foot a lot. So if that's the case,
you do drive with your left foot though. That's your foot you drive with.
Do you?
I mean, she was.
You do?
Yeah.
You drive with your left foot or your right
My
foot?
bad. My bad. You drive with your right foot, but I heard that she drives with her left foot. She what do you call it? She drives with the brake and the gas. I heard the same thing. My bad.
Right. She uses her left foot instead of her
2
right
feet.
foot.
So
That's the case.
Yeah, everybody. Things seem to be a little glitchy. And I also have a fan going. You hear that? If that's like super loud, I'll turn it off, but let me know, okay? So we'll see what happens here. It seems a bit glitchy.
She drives 2 feet. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, I heard she used the gas with her left foot. She drove with her left foot. That's what I
How could she drive with her left foot?
God damn.
Come on, Kevin.
God
Reach
damn,
over
bro.
the left
You
foot.
can't drive with your left foot. It's the
damn,
same thing as your right. You just
Special
move your foot
shoes.
over.
She had special
man.
sneakers. God damn, bro.
I'm
Yo.
just saying. I don't know if it's true or not. I just heard that she drove with her left
Hold
foot.
on a minute. Hold on.
And if
I gotta make
that's
I gotta make a phone call, dude.
She was wearing Crocs.
Hold on a minute. Hello. Can I speak to Officer Barrows, please? Is there any possible way you could drive with your left foot?
Absolutely not.
Is Jay Brill making any sense?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, Officer Barrows.
Bro, you're not going to tell me you can't because.
Oh, shit, bro.
You know how I know it's not bullshit? Because that's how my mother used to drive.
Hit the heel toe, let's go, let's go.
Wait a minute.
My mother
you
drove
mean
with her left foot. Yes,
Did she have a bad? Did she have a bad right foot?
No, she was just
She
weird.
She just drove with her left foot. So she's like this. She reaches over and drives like this.
Did she sit with one leg
The
up on
same
the
way
seat?
you would use your right foot, you just use your left foot.
How? Though I'm trying to understand. I mean, I drive every day like everybody else. I'm trying to understand how you reach over and do that. How do you have muscle memory to do that? I
You
feel
gotta
like you.
kick the hip.
Yeah, you gotta like
How do
move
you
your
speak
hip.
in that
Exactly.
language?
You're not doing the watch hang. You can't keep your arm out the window doing the watch
You
hang.
get the hang. When you do it so many
James
times.
Jackson, please come back.
I'm gonna get myself wired.
James Jackson, get your ass back on this.
Hold up.
See, the cat knows what I'm talking about.
Drive with 2 feet.
That's annoying, whatever that is.
You know what I mean? They first learn, they don't know how to drive with 1 foot. You know, like that would be their first instinct to touch the brakes with their left foot. I never heard of somebody reaching over and driving the left. I never heard that. But if she did, she did. I don't know.
But
That's
again,
what you heard?
again, again, that show factor and that like break the rules and like let me do it my way. Like you're only 7. When'd you get your license that you have all these like little?
Well, that's the point of this. I mean, they're just ripping on Brills. I mean, he's their head investigator, man. You know, whatever. You know,
Kevy Kev made a point. She went to driving school. They
I've
definitely
been watching too much Kevy Kev. You know,
Right?
Obviously not. You can't even use 2 feet at driving school.
Oh,
They're
Jesus.
watching that shit.
she wasn't in driving school, so you know, she didn't have an instructor with her.
Let me tell you something. That instructor's watching that shit, man. He'll yank that fucking e-brake at any moment, especially if she's doing the fucking
that nasty
doing the
e-brake.
fucking heel toe.
Yeah, but once she has her license, she's not going to have the driver instructor with her.
I'd like to
Brill makes a good point there.
have their e-brake though. Sometimes.
So what are you saying?
People.
What are you saying? She had like a weird pee. She drove with her left foot, and somehow that's what made it stuck. What are you saying?
Nonsense.
There's a possibility it could have, because if you look at the slipper, you know how it.
Nothing made it stick. It makes no sense. Sorry, I'm not buying any of that. Something was stuck under the gas pedal or whatever. It's just that's not how shit works.
The plastic meets the carpet. It looked like the slipper was stuck under the carpet. I
Yeah,
could
but how
be
does she
wrong.
negotiate that turn? It's back to what Todd said. To negotiate the turns, like she got to commit to them turns. She got to stay on the road. Like if she held the car, stay straight. They kept it
Well-
straight. You're saying they kept it straight?
I don't know how they kept it straight if she blacked out or not. But when did she? Well, obviously she said that she blacked out when she took the turn. So
So she's
I mean,
knocked out, and they're
so we-
driving the car.
All right.
Let's say
So right after she took that, she was coming this way. So yeah, that right hand turn. It was just only then that she became whatever. Doesn't remember anything. Come on, what are we doing? Hello, what's this thing doing?
we were gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, right? So this is one thing that I was thinking is Dom, God rest his
Who
soul,
knows what they think?
ended
you
up
know?
in the back.
I have
seat,
no
right?
idea.
So it's like you envision the Camry in a center con. How does he? So
This
I
is
was
all-
thinking.
Sorry,
if he
sorry
was-
for Kelsey. I'm looking at the chat. I never heard of that in my life. So maybe Jay Bro. I apologize then to Jay Bro, because that was honestly in all my life I never heard someone driving with their left foot. But hey, people are saying it happens. My bad, Jay Bro.
I tend to agree. Anyways, here is the feel-good song of the summer, Cooking Crowd, with yours truly, the Sparkly Rabbit, Dean from Rat House, YBE, the Hood Boogers, and Bob Barker, which is crazy because I don't think he's been available much lately, but check it out. Oh, what is going on here?
Techno Viking in the night, lights flash, pure delight. Held up my slap chop, gonna make it right. Dancing through the crowd, chopping like a pro. Slice it thin, sprinkle spice, let the flavor flow.
Buy my tools, join the rave, feel the magic we create. Cooking rhythms, cutting beats, elevate your tasty plate. Chop it, mix it, groove along. It's a party for your brain. Get your slap chop rolling and you'll never feel the same.
Slap it, chop it, techno beats. Let's get loud, bring your friends, gather round, join the cooking crowd. Swing into the music, feeling oh so right. With my Viking charm, let's chop
All night.
let's chop
All night.
On the dance floor, slicing veggie dreams. In my horn helmet, I'm ruling kitchens, it seems. From beats to greens, hear the rave in the air. Slap, chop in hand, drop that rhythm with flair. Buy my kitchen gear, let the dance begin. Slice and dice with style, bring the rave right in. Keep the tempo rolling, you won't stop to sway. Good with techno, magic, we'll party all night. Play, 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 play.
Slap it, chop it, techno beats. Let's get loud, bring your friends, gather round, watch it slap chop. Now unleash your inner king in the rave where you thrive. Let your taste buds say. Slice through the night, we're dancing with delight. Viking beats, slap chop heat, culinary inside. Fighting vibes and kitchen dreams. We're cooking up a storm with the techno bass pumping. Our hearts will stay warm.
What's the matter, boy? Did you hear that Proctor stuff? You did? I wonder what he's got against orange cats. What do you think? Yeah? He probably doesn't. I don't know, he might not like orange cats. It's pretty messed up, right? Hmm? Yeah. Okay. All right, I get it. What else? Anything? No. Okay. You want to? Brando weighing in on the developments over the past couple days. He's got an opinion, and he's not crazy about that guy because he doesn't like any minorities. He's right next to me right now. Give me a minute. Let's see if we can show him real quick.
Where she brings up that person that's been messy, Jesse Walshy, who I think is like Jen Altman, to just
That's definitely
rip
not
up.
Jen Altman.
Oh God, Jen Altman. So I think it's disgusting. I think anyone who listens to it is disgusting. I was a little disgusted by chat rats that they even platformed it. They stood up for me, so I appreciated that. But like, Valerie's a piece of trash. She's low end.
Shaded chat rats.
She's low class. Anyone who hangs out with Kazi G in Sparkly space, you're pieces of shit. Valerie
Shaded Kazi, shaded Sparkly.
is a piece of shit, and she will circle back around to be a piece of shit. She's only on Aiden's side right now because it fits her. It's not because she believes in the First Amendment.
So yeah, that was fun. I'm a piece of shit. Oh well. What are you gonna do? What else we got? All right, so I was gonna go into my mother's discrimination civil suit from 1988, and it was settled in 96. So, but we'll do that in a minute. I wanted to do something else real quick. So my camera is so screwed up. I just got it not long ago, and it looks like something else on the computer, but then when I look at it over here, it looks like something else. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. I tried to cut the glare down from the window. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. But anyways, this is a little video I made. The characters are, you'll see. I don't know if it's the internet or the computer, but everything's glitchy and doesn't.
Yeah, that's good.
So let's welcome, please, tonight's
Go back to the beginning, please. Thank you.
act. Normally, we wouldn't allow any last-minute entries, but these kids have come a long way, all the way from River Bottom. Yes, these river bottom
Come on,
boys
let's
have
clear it
brought us
away
a
there,
different
huh?
kind
Come
of an
on,
act.
clear it out.
What
Where you
they've
want
done
this
is
shot?
put together a
Yeah, how's that
genuine
right there, huh?
rock
Yeah,
band.
that's good.
So
All right,
let's
where's the
welcome,
first
please,
one?
tonight's
Where
last
you want the second,
contestants.
huh?
Here they are, the rock group known as the Nightmare.
We take what we want. We do anything that we wish. We got no respect for animal, birdie, or fish.
So, anyways, if you didn't see at the beginning, this is a band with Broyles, Fitty One, and Altman. So yeah, they're pretty cool. Who did I have? Oh, it's Broyles on the guitar here because he's like a weasel, and the snake is Fitty One, and the one playing the keyboards like the wolf. That's Altman. So check them out. They're pretty good, pretty talented bunch.
The grass does not grow on the places where we stop and stand.
River Bottom Nightmare Band.
There's Altman.
We know we're a mess. A tide does not like to be clean. We don't brush our teeth, 'cause our toothache can help us stay neat. We don't wish to learn, but we hate what we don't understand.
River Bottom.
When you see us coming, you better start it running. We always start in trouble and we're happiest when things are out of hand. Fires are boiling, parties are spoiling. We either like to sit in powder or else go out and terrorize the land.
River Bottom Nightmare Band.
You guys rock.
We laugh in your face. Oh, we practice our growl and our sneer.
3 verses of rock and roll. This is a good song.
We break up your place. We are dangerous when we are near. And when we are done with our song, who will get the biggest hand?
River Bottom Nightmare Band.
Altman.
River Bottom Nightmare
Absolutely phenomenal. Give it up for the River Bottom Nightmare Band with Broyles, Fitty One, and Altman on the keys. Altman tickling the keys, everybody. She's obviously the leader of the band, but good for them. It's gonna be another hit of the summer along with this other one, Cooking Crowd. Anyways, so I wanted to show you guys. All right, I'm gonna not do this. The camera is really screwing with me, and like I can't tell what's going on. So hold on 1 minute here. Let me do this. Sorry, Nan, but let's do that, and let's bring up. Okay. Let me go like this. I gotta embiggen it. And no, let me go over here first. All right. So this was my mom. She passed in 2016. But she worked for the town of Southborough, Massachusetts Police Department as a auxiliary officer / dispatcher. So she was basically a gun carrying dispatcher, right? And exactly what year she started, like, I can't remember. I think it was somewhere around 85 or something like that. And when she started working there, she's surrounded by cops. Obviously, she's at a police station. And I think there was one other woman that worked there. I think she might have been like a sergeant or something like that. I think her name was Moran. She was all right. She was kind of back and forth, like hot and cold. But there were 3 or 4 just absolutely dirtbag officers. And my mom was a pretty woman, so they got into this kind of thing where they would just mess with her, and they would and it got progressively worse, and they would leave shit in her food. Like they would like all these tricks. They would write in her locker. They'd be like slut and whore and like all this stuff, just tons of stuff, all kinds of stuff like you couldn't imagine. And it's just it went on for a couple years. And so what ended up happening is we lived in the adjacent town next door, in the next town over. And so 85, all right, so 85 would have been like, I mean, I would have been like 12, 13, something like that. My brother was old enough to drive, so the cops in that town started targeting us. And I was falsely arrested when I was 15, I think I was 15 when I was falsely arrested. And I appealed that thing and won, and the cop got suspended for a year without pay. And they went after my brother big time because he had just started driving. And it was a whole thing. Like I could get into that whole thing later or at a different time, because they just wanted it. And also my father was a detective in another town over. So it was like this, they just had it out for us because, I don't know, my mother in Southborough, if nobody knows, is like a really nice town, really affluent town. Like a lot of the Boston Celtics live there. A lot of Red Sox live there. Just a lot of rich, very wealthy people live in Southborough. So there wasn't a lot going on by way of police work. And it just became this really toxic atmosphere that my mother worked in every night. And she's a single mom at the time. And, me and my maniac brother, she's trying to do everything she can, pay for the house that we live in and stuff like that. It was terrible. And I did a show on this when I first started my channel, but there were a very, very few people watching. I don't even remember how many. It was like my second or third show. And I figured with all this corruption, obviously we know about the corruption, but in light of everything that we've been seeing lately, I figured I'd bring it up again. Spent some time at Owen O'Leary's. I used to go to Owen O'Leary's all the time, right there on Route 9. And Tin Alley was down the street, if you remember Tin Alley. Yeah, and then you got all Route 9 right there. But Owen O'Leary's I used to go to quite a bit. Spent a few nights in Owen O'Leary's, but so it just says, I don't know if you guys can read it or not. A case brief. This is the other thing. there's really not much paperwork on this left because the Department of the MCAD, I'm sorry, Massachusetts Commission of Discrimination, they destroyed documents after like, I don't even know, 12 years or something like that. So it's way past that. So I can only dig up what I can get, right? So this says a case brief for Catherine Baldelli. That was my mom's married name. It's not her maiden name. Found in volume 17, focuses primarily on establishing a legal standard for hostile work environment claim and affirming damages awarded by the Massachusetts Commission Against Discrimination, the MCAD hearing officer. So she had to go through the MCAD to sue these people. And what ended up happening is she won a landmark case. And at the time, 1995, it was the biggest settlement for discrimination at the time. That's no longer true, I don't think. I mean, I haven't checked, but I don't see how it could be. But it's very hard to get something like this done and prove this. And so I was talking 87 or 88 when she filed, and it went until 1995. So it just tells you how long it takes to get these things done, especially through the MCAD. So this just explains their case citation from the full commission. Complainant Catherine Baldelli responded, Town of Southborough Police Department. This made us very unpopular where we were living. This wasn't good for us, but what's right is right. The publicly available decisions do not detail the specific events leading to the complaint, focusing instead on the legal principles established. The case involved an employment dispute with the Town of Southborough Police Department, which ultimately led to Catherine Baldelli's termination. Yeah, so they terminated, they fired her, because she filed this thing, and like all right, you're done, which you can expect, But yeah, that's how this shit goes. Like, where the hell was I? I saw the mouth. Okay. After attempts to conciliate the matter failed, the case was certified for a public hearing before the MCAD hearing officer. The primary legal issues addressed in the decision and subsequent citations included. Now, there's so little paperwork involving this case. This might be like this might be an answer or a response to a motion from the other side. It might be. I can't remember. The proper standard for determining whether an employee was subjected to, and I can't see that because I have the thing here. Hold on. I'm sorry. I got the chat up here on the screen and I can't see anything. Sorry. Let me go back. Yeah. Whether the actions of the employer, Town of Southborough Police Department, created an objectively offensive and interfering work environment. No, they did, because they lost, and they lost in a big way. The appropriateness of the damages awarded for emotional distress and holdings and legal principles. The MCAD full commission affirmed the hearing officer's decision, finding in favor of the complaint, Catherine Baldelli, that's my mom. So, hostile work environment standard. The decision established or affirmed the standard that a hostile work environment exists if a reasonable person in the employee's position would interpret the behavior as offensive and interference with full participation in the workplace. Hold on, I got Brando's YouTube video on. He likes to watch the birds, so he's turn it down a little bit. There you go. All right. Sorry. He likes his shows. Damages. The full commission affirmed a significant award of $250,000 in damages to Miss Baldelli for emotional distress caused by the discrimination and termination, indicating the severe nature of the sustained harassment or discrimination. So, yeah, she obviously won. Anyways, reasoning. The decisions cited in subsequent cases emphasize the subjective offense is not enough. The standard is objective. Quote, or not quote, but parentheses, a reasonable person standard. So any reasonable person in their line of work would find this whatever, just hostile, shitty, basically. The finding for Baldelli implies that the MCAD determined that the conduct by the Southborough Police Department met this objective threshold and that the resulting emotional harm warranted the substantial damage award. So that was as much as they could give her back then. That was the max. And at the time, like I said, the biggest one at its time. The full commission gave deference to the hearings officer's original findings of fact and determination of compensation. So that's that part of it right there. This other thing that I have, let me get rid of this real quick. The other thing that I have, and this is all the paperwork I have on it, unless I do, it's more complicated than that. It's much more complicated than that, but they're just kind of, they don't get into particulars. This next thing I'm going to show you does. And like I said, maybe if I do a FOIA on this, but I don't even think, I don't think the documents are around anymore. I really don't. It's been that old. It's been that long ago. I mean, yeah, let's pull this up real quick. All right. Now this is smaller writing. Now I got to go over here to look at this monitor while I do this. But this gives you some more. Yeah, I can't read that. So I'm going to read it over here on this monitor. Give me 1 minute here. By the way, thanks everybody for being here. I saw a couple things come in already, and we'll do that right after I read this. Where is it? I know it's here. All right. I just pulled it up like 10 minutes ago, right before the show. How is that even possible? Hold on. Do I get the right thing? Hold on. Get the right box over here. What the fuck? All right. 1 second, please. I don't know. I pulled this up very quickly. Now I can't find it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what I did. Yeah, I know what I did. Okay, sorry. All right. So this is like the this is the decision. You know, they put out a paper afterwards with a lot of the information and a lot of case law in here, a lot of just, boilerplate type case law that they refer to, because you need that in these cases, and it's all over the place, right? This matter comes before us as a result of a decision issued by the hearing officer in favor of the complainant who had alleged sexual harassment, sex discrimination, and constructive discharge. The decision found the respondent liable and awarded the complainant lost wages and emotional distress damages. The hearing officer also entered a cease and desist order. Respondent, blah, 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 case law. The responsibilities of the full commission are outlined by statute, the commission's rule of procedure. 1 second. In relevant case law. It is the job of the full commission to review the record of proceedings before the hearing officer. And it's such a janky reading. Which they do all the time. They slide all this case law in between what you're reading, and then you kind of have to follow it, pick it back up. This term is statutory, one, and has been defined as such evidence as reasonable mind might accept. So that's that reasonable person standard. Basically anybody working in this place would find it shitty, and the people there were assholes. Pretty much. It's kind of what it's saying. That's how okay. We also note that in the course of entering findings of fact, the MCAD hearing officers are often called upon to evaluate the credibility of witnesses and to weigh the evidence when deciding those issues of fact which are in dispute. While we will examine the record to determine whether, quote, substantial evidence, unquote, exists to support the hearing officer's findings of fact, we ordinarily will defer to the credibility determinations rendered by the hearing officer unless those determinations were arbitrary. So it's a bunch of legal speak, but we'll get to kind of the details of it in a minute. In accordance with all the rules above duties, we have carefully reviewed the arguments raised by the parties to full record in the matter, have weighed all the objections to the decision in accordance with the standard of review articulated herein. We now turn our attention to the respondent's arguments. So this is going to be the argument from the police department. And here, let me switch over to this screen here. And I'll read a little bit more right here. And then we'll do the couple of things that have come in. Respondent's last argument addresses the issue of emotional distress damages. In this regard, respondent appears to be arguing in the alternative. Complainant did not suffer emotional. She didn't, that's what we say. She didn't. She says she did. We said she didn't. Complainant did not suffer emotional distress as a result of the discriminatory acts of the respondent. If she did, the damages awarded were excessive. They're like, even if we did do these things, you gave her too much, dude. They just argue everything. That's what they do. That's their job to do it, as you guys know, we see it all the time. She didn't. Were excessive. We will examine both arguments. Moreover, given the size of the emotional distress award for this matter, and the fact that this is the largest award which has been brought before the full commission in the 50 years since establishment of the MCAD, we have given the record close scrutiny. Of course you did. It has long been established principle of law that the commission may award monetary damages to compensate victims of discrimination for their emotional distress. This is a damages case law, a million things long with numbers everywhere. In the 26 years, the Franzio, the SJC and appeals court have articulated certain principles governing proof and award of such damages. Those principles are as follows. Emotional distress can be based upon evidence other than expert testimony, blah, 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 case law. So they'll just run through a bunch of this stuff. With respect to causation, even in cases where the complainant was suffering from more than one cause of distress, Massachusetts courts have found that a lay witness is competent to testify as to the cause of his or her own distress. So they're just running through everything legally here and kind of nailing everything down. Physical injury is not necessary to sustain an award. And that's it. And then it's case law crap. Commenting on the comprehensiveness of the GL in tort law, case law, just jammed up here everywhere. And they run through them all because they cite them all. Beyond this, there is little discussion with the MCAD context regarding the standards to be applied when addressing an argument. Yeah, and there's a footnote after, but we'll get to that in a minute. That an award of emotional distress damages was excessive. This is an issue of first impression, and as such, we elect to continue the Commission's practice of addressing novel issues by examining the public policy underpinnings, general considerations of statutory interpretation, examination of the law in other jurisdictions, and examination of parallel branches of law extant here in the Commonwealth. It's like a bunch of old-timey speak, case law crap. Generally allowance for a motion in a new trial. So in this one here, they're basically complaining they want a new trial. Generally, allowance of a motion for a new trial based upon inadequate or excessive award of damages and the direction of an addition, whatever that means. So they're arguing everything that they found for my mom. I mean, obviously they're just going to be like, no, we disagree. And that's what all this is. Hold on 1 minute. Let me look at something. All right. See, I don't get to see the chat when I'm on this other screen. I just wanted to see how you guys are doing. All right, hold on. Cool. Oh, man, you lose it every time you do that, huh? Okay, I get it. So, yeah, they're saying it wasn't discriminated against. And even if she was, you gave her too much money. So, taking the last approach, you believe, I don't even remember where I was. Because of this, and because reasonable persons can disagree as to the dollar figure necessary to make whole an individual who has suffered from emotional distress, decisional law appears to grant not only discretion, but rather wide discretion to the trial court. So, yeah. And then we end up going down to, and you guys can't see this. I don't think you're reading it anyways, right? Because I think the writing's too small. But anyways, so it goes on. Let me read the footnote. After a finding of discrimination, blah, 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 MCAD to issue cease and desist orders to take such affirmative action, including but not limited to hiring, reinstatement, or upgrading of employees with or without back pay. So, yeah, they had to, in addition to the damages, they had to make her whole for everything that she missed when they just terminated her. So I'm pretty sure that's what that means. In a case of this kind of damages are difficult to compute and depend upon the judgment of the fact-finding tribunal in appraising the deprivations and translating them into compensatory sum. This is all old-timey Massachusetts law stuff. Like McCush, damages are not easily calculable. Similarly, we also observe that as an appellate panel, the record before us has a kind of sterility, quite unlike the presented to the fact finder, who was in a position to actually observe. And I'm pretty sure the fact finder in this was the MCAD judge, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is so old, like it's crazy, but it wasn't like a regular jury. This was court before the board of the MCAD, the commission. So they have like different judges and different rules, and everything works kind of a little differently. All right, so these the facts here. Complainant worked for a law enforcement capacity. The perpetrators of the unlawful conduct were sworn to uphold the law, and as police officers held ultimate positions of authority within the community. Let me see if I can, because in case you guys are just kind of looking at this, I want to be able to. Okay. Which one is it? I think that's the one. Yeah, it's the one we're on right now. And we're down here at these bullet points halfway through the page on the left side. The emotional reaction of the complainant to the unlawful conduct was sufficient to require her to seek clinical treatment for emotional illness, which she was. So the training clinician attributed emotional illness to the complainant's unlawful sexual harassment perpetrated by co-workers, which they found for. The complainant was aware that she worked in a law enforcement capacity. She knew that the perpetrators worked in a law enforcement capacity. She also knew that. And she knew and understood that the conduct she suffered from was unlawful. Well, she knows that too. So thank you for that. There is no evidence that the complainant invited such conduct. In other words, it's unwanted, obviously, right? Like she wasn't asking for anybody to do this shit. The complainant complained internally about the conduct, which she did, and to blind ears, right? So the response of the respondent law enforcement entity was essentially no response at all. Exactly. They didn't say anything. Like, yeah, lady, get out of our face. We believe that this was such a breach of faith on the part of the law enforcement apparatus of the town of Southbridge. No. That is a typo. It is Southborough. And the record indicates that the complainant was aware of this breach and suffered by it, which she knew. Complainant began to feel the effects of the actions of her co-workers while she was working. The record can fairly be construed as demonstrating that the onset of her distress, pain, and suffering occurred while she was employed by respondent. Yeah, 88. So I was right. 1988. This is probably boring for a bunch of you guys, but it's important to bring up because we're going to get into some of the details. But stick with me here. At the public hearing on this matter, the hearing officer noted that he observed that the complainant was suffering from such distress directly in his presence. This was in the year 1995. The pain and suffering was a continuing nature. The conduct which caused the emotional distress rose to the level sufficient legally to conclude that a constructive discharge had occurred. When she started saying, like, trying to get this shit to stop, they just fired her. Now, the record contains Hank's word, corroboration. No, the record contains corroboration of the extent and duration of the pain and suffering apart from that provided by the complainant's own testimony. So, it's kind of self-explanatory. The record is amply clear that the complainant suffered an impairment which not only brought her pain and suffering, but also affected her ability to perform the normal activities of daily living, such as interacting with her family, etc., which we know because they were going after all of us. It was madness. The emotional distress damages here are wholly unliquidated, whatever that means, but I don't know. Based on these and other factors, we cannot say the suffering of Catherine Baldelli did not warrant the emotional distress damages which were awarded to her. We cannot say that no reasonable person would have awarded her these damages. We cannot say that no conscientious hearing officer acting intelligently could honestly have taken the view expressed by the hearing officer below. Factors which would have warranted a lesser amount of damages were fully explored before the hearing officer and apparently rejected by him. And also of significance, our careful scrutiny of the proceedings below leads us to conclude that the record is utterly and completely devoid of any references to or evidence or conduct on the part of the hearing officer which would lend credence to a claim that damages awarded were punitive rather than compensatory. The punitive is just punishment. I mean, punitive punishment. You're punishing the people that did this. That's punitive. Compensatory is they're compensating. I mean, you guys get it. Given this, we believe that under the Rimeter analysis on the evidence as a whole, it cannot be said that damages were so excessive as to constitute an error of law. We believe that there is substantial evidence in the record that warrants a conclusion that the hearing officer could have reached the award he reached in an honest and fair manner. We find no abuse of discretion under this analysis, because they tried to appeal it like 3 or 4 times. They just weren't having it. We also believe that the actions of the hearing officer comport with the provisions of our statute. First, as noted above, emotional distress, and then they're going to go through case law again. This is a long-standing principle, legislature, the commission of the courts, some unimportant crap. This section reads in part as follows. The provisions of this chapter shall be construed liberally for the accomplishment of the purposes thereof, and any law inconsistent with any provision hereof shall not apply. So some more old-timey speak there for you old Massachusetts. It's just old law. Some of that old law stuff, right? All right, hold on. Let's take a break for a second. Let's go over here. What do you guys think so far? Crazy? It was kind of crazy. Kind of crazy living it for sure. All right, pull that up. Okay. What are we working with here? Hold on. Doesn't even tell me. All right, wonderful. Great. Hit the like, please, if you haven't already. Okay, so to start it off, MJ, what's it say? MJ Turtle Boy 80 Oh, 80K in 12 hours. Very good. I like that. I like that. And it's factual. And thank you very much. Appreciate it. You're a member. Ritzione, Ritzy1, Ritzione became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Amy J. Turtle Boy, 90K in 12 hours. My first show. Good to hear from you and see Brando. Thank you. Yeah. I wish the camera was working better because he's right here next to me in his little cat tree. And usually I would just leave it on him, but my camera's janky. I gotta do something with it. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. So yeah, we'll just keep going here. I hate reading when I have to, like, not reading in general, but when I'm streaming and reading, I don't get to see anything. All right. All right, let's keep going here. Where are we at? Oh, why is that like that? Oh, okay, that's why. I get it. Wow, every time I do that, it goes back to the beginning. That's super annoying. I read that. Okay. We are objection regarding. I want to make sure I finish this part. Warranted a lesser amount of damages are explored. Also, scrutiny. Yeah, okay, I read that part. All right. In this regard, we believe that the concept of an administrative alternative necessarily implies an alternative which is legitimate. That is, one which comports with essential institutional and legal considerations which support the legitimacy of the adversarial system. One such consideration is the notion that factual determinations are best rendered by those who had the best opportunity to observe the witnesses testifying under oath. One of the stems of this traditional narrow scope of review of jury determinations, which has been adopted by our appellate courts. Man, when they worded stuff back then, they just, nothing ever flowed. They just threw everything in there. Let's see if, like, because I can just keep reading this and it's not going to mean much. And like I said, I'm going to try to get more paperwork on this. While we agree that examining damage awards in other jurisdictions is a dangerous game, we believe it is useful to determine whether the award below is so far out of the range of reasonableness so as to constitute an excess which renders as an error of law. So they're like, they're just saying, we need to kind of look this over and see if we gave her too much dough. We do not cite these cases as actually justifying the award below, but rather of the purpose of confirming our belief that awards over $100,000 have been issued and upheld in other jurisdictions that would seem to indicate there is no firm boundary, and that indeed such awards are not so excessive as to surpass the outer limits of reasonableness. Finally, we feel that it is appropriate to comment generally on the seriousness relationship of an act of discrimination to pain and suffering. So that what I think they're doing is, weighing the discrimination as to, what are your damages? What happened to you? And like, how do you figure that out? I think. I mean, I'm not Nan, but I think that's what they're saying. We do not take claim of emotional distress lightly. No. And will not undertake to sanction any action which conveys the impression that such damages are guaranteed or that such damages will always be significant in their amount. But we do not believe that is the nature of contemporary society, that one's identity and one's work bear a close relationship. And they run this through real quick. Empirical studies indicate that the discharge from employment affects the self-esteem of employees no less severely than it affects their economic well-being. Work serves not only a useful economic purpose, but plays a crucial role in the individual's psychological identity and sense of order. So, like, yeah, you don't work just because you make money. There's other reasons for it. Did I already do that? Did it? Yes, I did. All right. The growing recognition of the centrality of work in a person's life, together with the awareness of the severe economic consequences resulting from arbitrary treatment in the employment relationship, supports the assertion that employer control over the job means that the substance, in quotes, the substance of life is in another man's hands, unquote. Yeah, sometimes it is, right? All right, we're getting to it. We have. What? Hold on. Okay, I'm going to keep going, but like I don't know why I feel like I'm missing a part of this. All right, I'm just going to keep going. Any realistic assessment of what is required to make a victim of employment discrimination whole for the emotional distress suffered must not only be mindful of the quantitative and qualitative factors we have listed herein, but of the fact that most employees' their work is the most valuable thing they possess. We affirm the hearings officer's decision on all respects. So she won, and she won big. She won everything that she was doing or suing for, basically. We affirm the hearings of decision in all respects. Actually, I don't know if it means that, but I know she won outright. They didn't like deny something and give her this. For the reasons set forth above, we hereby affirm the findings of the fact, conclusions of law, and the order of the hearing officer. We hereby incorporate all findings, conclusions, and orders of the hearing officers and adopt them as our own. This order represents the final action of the commission for purposes and there's some stuff in transcript. Such action must be okay. So they're talking about appeals. If you don't like, and they appealed many times. So this is some Raytheon case. I don't even know how I got that. How was this in there? Shedrick Flynn versus Raytheon Corporation, 1996. This has nothing to do with my mom, but some of the decisions in it may have something to do with it. Where the hell? All right. I'm looking for something specific. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I think I might have missed it. There's a very small part of this that kind of detail like the shit that was going on. Yeah, maybe I missed this part. How did I do that? Peculiarly reviewed arguments raised by the. Maybe I didn't. What the fuck is wrong with me? All right. In accordance with all the above duties, we have carefully reviewed the arguments raised by the parties, the full record in this matter, and have weighed all the objections to the decision in accordance with the standard of review articulated herein. We now turn our attention to the respondent's arguments. First, with regard to respondent's contentions, this isn't the complainant. This is the respondent would be them, would be the police station. Raise a paragraph 8 and 9 of the petition for review that the hearing officer screwed up when he made certain findings of fact and when he credited certain testimony. We find that the record contains substantial evidence to support the findings made by the commissioner, Michael Duffy. Yeah, now I remember that name, Michael Duffy. Each finding was premised upon testimony in or documents existing in or for the record, which a reasonable mind might accept as adequate to support those findings. Nearly all of the challenge findings rest upon the ascriptions of credibility and weight rendered by the hearing officer. So I guess just that last part of it, the hearing officer has much weight or not to whatever he was hearing. And I think that's what they're complaining about. But, what are you going to do? Sorry. I didn't make the system. My mom didn't either. So, all the challenge findings rest upon. I already did that. Okay, here we go. The respondent argues that the complainant produced no credible evidence that her work environment was a hostile, humiliating, and offensive work environment. Petition at number 8. The record shows that the hearing officer credited as true the following. Officers spoke of the complainant in her presence as if she were not present, referring to the complainant by using the following phrases: stupid slut, whore, stupid bitch, dumb fuck. Officers spoke of her sons as scumbag children. Holler. I am one of the scumbag children. Complainant was told that she would be gotten rid of one way or another. She was. They fired her. Complainant was told that women did not belong in the workplace. So that's nice, right? We believe that these statements are evidence of a hostile, humiliating, and offensive work environment. What is especially troubling about these statements and respondents' contention that there is no evidence of a hostile work environment is that the statements were uttered by police officers sworn to uphold the law of this Commonwealth and who are the way they write shit, Commonwealth, and who are or ought to be role models of behavior for those of us in the community which they serve. I mean, that's kind of this is relevant in the past couple of days. That's why I decided to do this. We reject the town's argument that there is, quote unquote, no evidence of unlawful behavior, and find that the evidence is not only substantial, but reflective of behavior which is utterly repugnant to this commission. Utterly repugnant. I don't mind that wording. I don't mind that. It was more than that, but that's pretty good. That such behavior should occur within the context of the offices of law enforcement agencies by employees who are law enforcers and be directed to one who has chosen to work in the field of law enforcement is deeply troubling. Hold on, I'm going to read that again because I kind of janked it out. That such behavior should occur within the context of the offices of a law enforcement agency by employees who are law enforcers and be directed to the one who has chosen to work in the field in the field of law enforcement is deeply troubling. We have closely examined the record regarding, all right, these are the motherfuckers right here. I don't know where these people are now. But this guy, hold on, was he the chief? I can't remember. Let me look. I haven't read this in a while. We have closely examined the record regarding Officer Weber and Officer Finneran and find that the hearing officer was well within the range of discretion afforded to him by law when he credited their testimony and when he placed relative weight. There's that weight thing again. They give, he's like the jury, you know, and they tell the jury you can give as much weight as you want to this witness. So they've given that to the hearings officer, right? Which is a judge, basically, I think. Credited their testimony on the information they testified to under oath of law. We therefore reject respondents' contentions regarding their testimony. So this is kind of, there's so little paperwork on this. Like, this is just a response to, it sounds like an appeal or, you know, something of the like. You know, I would think they call it an appeal, but everything's kind of different with the MCAD. So we also reject the apparent argument of the respondent that the evidence is insufficient to establish constructive discharge. So when they fired her, they were wrong. Yeah, my mother, I mean, this was a large part of my childhood. Like, and people wonder, not people wonder, people don't care, but like, sometimes I wonder, like, why I'm interested in this stuff. This is it, you know? And constructive discharge. Traditionally, this commission has adhered to a high standard when assessing constructive discharge claims. This high standard is it is a high standard too. Like, you know, a lot of these do not see the light of day. Simply stated, the standard requires that the conduct complained of to hold on. Simply stated, the standard requires that the conduct complained of be so intolerable so as to offer a reasonable person no other choice but leave his or her position. That's how bad it was. You just, I'm not working here. I'm going to leave. Like, I'm going to quit. Like, that's how bad it is being here. That's what they found. His or her position. In this case, the facts support the conclusion that no reasonable woman similarly situated, is it situated? Sorry. In this case, the facts support the conclusion that no reasonable woman similarly situated to the complainant would have remained on the job, and that as such, she was constructively discharged. We also find that the hearing officer did not error, mess up, fuck up, whatever you want to say, when he awarded and calculated lost wages, and when he found that the complainant had met her burden of mitigation. So there you go. Now, let me go. I haven't been moving it along with you. I'm reading it on an iPad, not the screen here. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. and it's a tough read and stuff, but respondent's last argument addresses the issue of emotional distress in this regard. I can't remember if I read that. In this regard, respondent appears to be arguing in the alternative. Complainant did not suffer emotional. Okay, I didn't read this part. So this is what they argue, and they just try to deny everything you say, right? It's their job. Respondent appears to be arguing in the alternative. Complainant did not suffer emotional distress as a result of the discriminatory acts of the respondent. Well, that's kind of a shitty sentence right there. How does that work? In this regard, the respondent, which is the police department, appears to be arguing in the alternative. The complainant, my mother, did not suffer emotional distress as a result of the discriminatory acts of the respondent. They don't say like alleged acts. They say like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's, they should probably say it's alleged or I don't know, something. But they just kind of told on themselves, didn't they? But that's not even them, though. I'm just being a dick. If she did, the damages awarded were excessive. Yeah, we know that. We will examine both arguments. Moreover, given the size of the emotional distress award in this matter, and they were so pissed about it. And that's the other thing. Like, when she got the settlement, it wasn't done. I mean, it just started because she got the biggest landmark case at the time. So it's like it started all over again. In this matter, and the fact that it is the largest award that is brought to the full commission of the 53 years. I did read this. Okay. Right. So it's not alleged. It's already been adjudicated. So it's not alleged. They've been found. So yeah, I get it. I know what you mean. But it's just funny kind of catching these things sometimes, But yeah. Up here, I wish I could just show it to you guys on the screen, like point it out. So much better when you do that. But anyways, yeah, officers spoke of the complainant in her presence as if she were not present, referring to the complainant by using the following words and phrases: stupid slut, whore, stupid bitch, dumb fuck. And officers spoke of her sons as scumbag children. So that was fun. And I didn't mind them calling us scumbag children, but they actually treated us. And cops in other towns actually went after us like we were scumbag children because she filed this, because she filed suit. So it was like a constant, target on you. I mean, they know, we walk down the street, every cop knows who you are. You drive down the street, every cop knows who you are. They know your face. They know where you hang out. They know where you hang out with. They know where you go to school. I mean, and as a result, I was falsely arrested for minor in possession of alcohol, and I think it was 14 or 15. I was in this dude's Ford Pinto in the back seat. And there was an empty beer bottle under the seat. And they arrested me for minor in possession in like drunkenly disorder. And that was after this had been filed. And I ended up having a meeting with the mayor of the town. And after like an investigation, they found the guy to be I don't know, not negligent because he arrested me. It's not really negligence, but whatever you call it, malicious maybe. I don't know. And he was suspended for a year without pay. I mean, all these cops lately, in this case, have been on administrative leave with pay. And they suspended it. And then he came back for a very short time and then retired. But they were just like twin towns. Not only was it like, did they find him not credible, but like there were other reasons, and it was so long ago. I think there was like another 2 cops that were there, and they were like, no, like he didn't possess. It was an empty beer bottle that had been like on the floor. Like nobody, like how do you pull over a car? And in this case, it was a red Pinto. And just be like, oh, look at that empty bottle on the floor. You're going to jail, but the guy sitting next to you is also not going to jail because it's not his or anybody else in the car. They just wanted me. So yeah, when I'm interested in this stuff, that's the type of stuff that I went through myself, watched my mother go through. And that's why I have an interest in this, And I kind of, when the thing came out yesterday, I was like, oh, it might be a good time to go through this again because it's been a while, right? And that's it, There's a lot more, but as I said before, the paperwork is scarce. A lot of it's been destroyed. And I don't know really how to I don't know. Isn't there sites like, you guys ever heard of the Wayback Machine? What is that? What is the Wayback? Is that like a real thing or is that like I actually don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. But I would like to get my hands on some of the newspaper clippings they had back then because they just hate it. I mean, especially after she filed, they hated her. It just got way worse. Yeah. Well, there's Nan, everybody. She's here with us. She's an advocate for women's rights. And thank you so much, Nan. But what are we doing here? What am I doing? So I wanted to put it to you people what to do next. We have a couple different things we could do. We have the Forensic 4 bunch. We could go through some of that if you'd like. We have the JFK show going over that thing of the dude Bubba. But I don't know. I listened to it for a few minutes, but I don't know that. I don't know his story. But I can tell he's probably lying. You hear him go on and on and on and on and on and on about shit. It's unbelievable. We could do that. Let me look at something here. What did I want to look at? Let me see. Give me 1 second. I wanted to see if this was going on. So we got the Forensic 4. We've got Okay, got this. Let me see what is going on there. Give me 1 minute, okay? I'm going to look at something very quickly, and then we might. We're going to be transitioning over to maybe some Cryford stuff in a minute. But give me a minute. All right, here we do this. On here. Is that not working? All right. All right, I've seen it. I know what we're doing. I haven't watched this. We're gonna. Seconds. Yeah. Go swallow my finger. You want more? Feeding the ducks. That's what we're doing. All right, man. Please stop. Please stop whatever you're doing. Okay. I gotta set this up. Yeah, so thanks for hanging with me through that. I mean, I know it's not the most, funny or exciting thing, but I think it's important to go through that. And just, the corruption in this state. It seems like especially this state, more than others, is just amazing. On here. All right. All right. Are you all ready for this? Okay.
Yes.
That's funny.
Great.
I'm doing good. I'm sure.
We get the we gotta get the song.
Neon lights are cutting through the night. City streets, they call out to the fight. The skyline homes alive, never still. Chasing dreams.
You don't guys hear no feeding the ducks anymore, right? I turned that off. Okay. Let me know.
We run against the thrill. Young hearts in a glow. In
Wow, this is a good song.
we rise, we fall where the shadows meet.
Who's that? Who are those people? Those the people from 5th grade? What was that?
They'll talk about young, wild, and free. Let it all scream out.
God damn. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, jerks? Welcome back. Did you miss me? New live, same guy. We're gonna just review some audio. This is from quite a ways back. This is when Brian.
Anybody who doesn't know, like him and BLT have this theme lately. Guess what it is?
Kelly went to meet with Natty Ice, as some people call her.
Seven.
You can hear some talk about Jen Altman, Sean McDonough in this. A lot of Aiden Carney, a lot of Karen Reed. Let's watch this. How many in the chat right now? I want to know in the chat.
And by the way, now that we're into it, Brian, you're a fraud. Like, I get it. Do your thing. And like, it's all good. I get it. But putting shit out there, like audio that you say is new, that's been around for 2.5 years or whatever, how long it's been, dude, it's not new. This has all been out there for so long. Like, and they just, you see what they're doing. They just want them to go to prison. That's it. They're just pushing for it. And if you ask this dude, like, no, I don't want anybody to go to prison. It's like, bullshit, man. Shut the fuck up. Just admit it.
How many people have heard this audio? Let's just see it.
Everybody.
If you've heard it, the audio before, if you listened to it before, a long time
Well, listen to it now. It's somehow different.
before, give us a 1. If you just heard it today, maybe on our YouTube,
7 people,
give us
Mike.
a 2. If you haven't heard it at all ever before, put up the 3. I'm kind of interested to see if people have heard this before. How am I doing? I'm doing good.
He doesn't care. None of them care if they're helping Karen anymore. None of them. I don't believe any of them care anymore.
I'm doing good. I'm chilling. I'm starting to go into the slow season for the dog business, usually June, July. Very slow August. And I have a dog staying with me till Friday, and then I'm really free. Like, I'm gonna have a free weekend. I'm looking forward to it. So a lot of people haven't watched it yet. Wow.
And a lot of people haven't watched. How many people are in there, Mike?
People did watch it today
I
on my
know.
channel. Some people saw it before, but some people the first time
Untwisted Tragedies is in there. She's like, oh, we don't know what side she's on.
they saw it was today. Wow. That's why I want to play it, because some people haven't heard it. And I think
Some
it's good
people
for us
haven't
to
heard
review
it.
together. Do I sound like the allergies are getting to me? Maybe a little bit. I don't feel like terrible. I think the problem is I woke up. I sometimes I take a mid-afternoon nap, and I started to take a mid-afternoon nap today, and I woke up at 3:00, and I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to do a show at 3. So I think that's why I woke up. I took a nap and woke up. That's it. That's why I have allergies. That's why it sounds like it. So. All right, let's watch the video. Let's watch a little of this video. It lasts for a while.
His video, it doesn't tell me the views for some reason, because it's probably members only, but I'm not a member, I don't think. And it's got 1 comment. 50 likes. 50. How many do I got for this video? For this dumbass video I did? Hold on. I can't even tell anymore. I hate how YouTube is getting, like, they're ruining it. Like, they're taking so many of these things away. Like, anyways,
let's listen to this.
But for the purpose of the recording and for Nelson, kind of, what's your relationship with Karen Reed?
by the way, this is like a day before the all the texts came out.
And Natalie Berschneider Weewick, alumni of Bentley University.
Great. And Natalie, you understand that you're talking to us here on this recording.
And occasionally you'll hear in this video, definitely audio, you'll hear some things get censored. It sounds like some swear words or maybe some information they didn't want to be shared publicly. So there is a little bit of censoring here, but not too much. You'll just hear blank spaces at certain points where she gave.
You see 187. Where? What are you talking about?
Give a response.
after receiving a proffer letter from Ken Mello.
Yes.
Indicating that if you were truthful and honest during this conversation, you would get an immunity letter to follow.
Yes.
That's funny.
No, not my. I said his likes. His likes. He had 50 likes. Cryford.
So why don't we start from the beginning? And I know that we've already spoken, but for the purpose of the recording and for Nelson, kind of, what's your relationship with Karen Reed? Where was it in the past?
So we went.
Creamy kisses. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Oh, wait a minute. No, let me go over here. Let me go over there. So this one. Thank you, Grammy. You're awesome. You always are.
To Bentley College. It was college when we went from 1998, and I went from 1998 to 2002, and Karen graduated in 2001, a year early, because she was very smart and very studious and got all her credits early, but then she stayed at Bentley and got her master's, I guess, in finance. I was not friends with her per se. Like we didn't really know each other on campus, but we knew of each other because we hung out with the same sorority sisters, even though we were both not in the same sorority, and we went to the same frat parties. And that was it. And then, of course, I would see her at the library. She studied a lot.
You guys thought Kerry Roberts was a talker. I mean, this chick goes on and on and on. They flew out there to talk to her. They flew out there. Like, it couldn't have been like a Zoom. Like, it couldn't have been whatever. They're not even looking for information on Karen Reed, but for somebody else. And that's why he's playing this.
She was at the library a lot. And then when everything came about in February of 2022, and some friends from college were texting me like, oh my God, did you read this? And when I read it, I was like, oh my God, poor thing. Like,
by the way, this fan is kind of necessary. Can you guys hear it? Is it annoying? Let me know in the chat, please.
this is an accident. Like, she was drunk and hit him. So I reached out to her on Facebook. I would say, I don't know the exact date, if it was March, April, or May of 2022. But I reached out to her.
Right, thank you.
And I don't have that message saved. I don't have that message saved, but I wrote to her something along the lines of, don't blame yourself, don't beat yourself up, mistakes happen, forgive yourself, And then she wrote back something along the lines like, oh my God, Nat, can we talk? So we spoke on the phone. I gave her my number, and we spoke on the phone, and she...
Wait a minute. Hold on. And by the way, somebody put up a chat in Mike's thing, and I've heard this a lot. Said she got immunity for this. Why would this woman need immunity from prosecution? Why? Yeah, I've heard this so much, and it drives me insane. Why would she need immunity? What kind of what she's facing here? It's ridiculous. It's not immunity.
She said, this was a setup. I didn't do this. And she's told me that, that morning she was so confused.
She asked for it. I think she asked for it. She's like, I get immunity. They're like, for what? You're like some rich chick living in California. Like, well, no. Immunity. It's ridiculous.
It's like, could I have hit him? Like, did I maybe clip him? Was he running after my car? And did I hit him without knowing? But then eventually she told me that a fellow by the name of Scanlon came into Yannetti's office like a few days after she was arrested and was like, she didn't hit anybody. A fight broke out in that house. And so from there, the pieces started coming together from her private investigators. And I think because I'm so far away in Los Angeles, I was kind of like her diary. So I would say like 30% of our relationship was about her case, and the other 70% was friendly stuff. Like she would paint her guest room and say, what do you like this wall color? Or do you like this side table? Or I would cook dinner and send her pictures of what I just cooked. Or she would do the same, and then she'd say, oh, my parents are over for dinner, and she would take a picture of her parents and say, like, aren't my parents adorable, and send it to me.
Well, it's super important.
I'm pretty sure it was on Signal. I never communicated with her on
Not Signal.
regular text.
Not the Signal. Don't bring up the Signal.
And why Signal?
I don't know. I didn't question that. But
that came from Karen.
Yes, I didn't even know what Signal.
Why not Signal, Tully? Why not? Because the messages disappear. Is that why? Because you could set it to disappear messages? Because it's encrypted? Is that what you're saying, Tully? Of course. I mean, she has a right to protect herself.
Was.
Oh, Mike's okay with
and
that.
She would call it the Funky Fresh app. Or sometimes she would text me on regular text.
She was
and
not
say, hey,
really
you
a
wanna
friend.
jump on the Funky Fresh app, and then she would send me stuff like that. And then
Like they kind of knew each other. She was kind of a go-between between the two. Karen ghosted her. She got pissed and became Karen guilty afterwards, like everybody else does.
other innocent things, like I have these indoor fig trees. They're elephant ear trees, they're called. And I would do before and after photos where my tree would be dusty. I would take a before photo
would be
and then I would
dusty.
spray it and I would wipe down all the leaves and I would trim any of like the dead leaves and then I would send her after photos. So a lot of our friendship.
If you have dusty trees, get Natalie the German's Dusty Tree Sweepers. Only available in California.
Was like that. And then she got upset with me once because in the beginning, I didn't know who was who. There were so many names and like, I really didn't know who was who, but I noticed that there was a woman who we all know now by the name of Elizabeth.
Yeah, my fake plant died because I pretended not to water it.
Elizabeth Proctor. And she would always do laughing emojis on all of the news, the Boston news sites. And this is before Aiden. This is September 2022, October 2022, November. And I would send her screenshots and I would be like, what's this lady's problem? She's so adamant, like it just doesn't stop. And Karen was like, Natalie, I wish you and my friends would stop sending me negativity stuff. You know, I
He seems like a blast to hang out with.
have enough negativity in my life. I wish you guys would just stop. And I was like, whoa, you know. So then the next day she was like, actually, you know, all those screenshots you sent me yesterday, something along the lines of, that's actually Officer Proctor's wife. Can you email Yannetti those? So I emailed them to Yannetti as individual screenshots. And then she got back to me. She goes, Yannetti's not computer savvy. Can you actually do it in a PDF
God.
in order?
It's probably the only time I felt bad for Tully.
So I did that. And so I put them on a PDF. So all he has to do is open up one thing and they're all there. And so that was like one time she snapped at me. And then I noticed a lady by the name of Jen Altman, and she was the only one standing up for Karen. And I would laugh with Karen because for months we had our eye on her and we would laugh. And I would say, she's like the white female Tupac Shakur, like so out.
She's talking about Altman. She's talking about Altman.
Spoken cheerleader.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, Karen, do you know her? And she's like, I have no idea who she is. And I was like, well,
Fucking Jim. Jim, what happened to you, man? What happened to
she's
you?
the only one standing up for you. So like we were watching her and we would laugh and we would, make jokes like that she's a little bit too brazen or whatever. And we decided, like, I said to Karen, I said, do you mind if I reach out to Altman and thank her? Because that's kind of nice of her. She doesn't even know you. And she's the only one not calling you a cop killer. And she was like, by all means. So I wrote to Altman and I'm just getting my text.
Okay.
I said, and I got this approval from Karen. And
Right.
Karen told me what to send. So
Okay.
I said, first, I want to thank you for standing up for Karen. She's a friend of mine since college. And this
Speed you
whole
up
thing is a
bit,
nightmare.
Matt.
And then I sent her a picture of Proctor with those 3 kids because Karen said, send that. And I wrote, this is lead detective Michael Proctor and Jennifer McCabe's children. Elizabeth Proctor is his wife. My guess is that a fight broke out in the house and it went too far. They beat him and it went too far. In the autopsy photos, it's obvious he was beat up so badly, and also the homeowner's German Shepherd chewed up his arms. Thank you for standing up for us. Then Altman writes back to me, something was very fishy, and I thought that from the beginning. I'm also glad they got this evidence, and I'm praying it works out for her. What can I do to help? And then I wrote on April 13th, this is all April 13th, I wrote, you've been incredible. I see your
What can I do to help? Don't become an incredibly huge asshole when Turtle Boy calls you out for sharing his stuff and become an anti. We'll do that for starters.
comments on all the news articles. You're standing up to family members of these cops who beat him up and tossed his body in the snow to freeze to death. I wish I could tell you the details, but it will slowly come out. I told Karen about you and how we need to make t-shirts that say Altman the badass. And then I wrote,
Altman the badass shirts saying Altman the badass. Is that real? I never heard that before. That's fucking ridiculous. Who would do that?
the feds are involved. So soon the officers and nephew of the homeowner who beat him up, the officer who stood guard as they tossed his body in the snowbank in front of the house, and the sister-in-law of the homeowner who Googled how long it takes to die in the cold will be brought down. Even the homeowner's German Shepherd who chewed John's arms during the fight will be brought down. They gave the German Shepherd away. Their house is for sale in escrow or sold by now. It will all come out. This is just the beginning. And then I wrote, Karen hasn't had a moment to mourn John's death. His children, who she loved immensely.
It sounds like she's reading from like a book or you hear that, like teleprompter type.
She is not allowed to contact them. This is an awful situation, but I'm thankful you've been supportive. And I did a heart and the prayer, like, thank you.
I know she's reading.
Did Jen connect you with anybody after this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want me to keep reading or?
No, you're just gonna tell me what happened next. in
Okay, so
relationship
then
with
next,
Nelson.
yeah, so then next.
But like all the time.
So then on April 17th at 3:44 p.m. Los Angeles time, see Jennifer hit her.
Yeah, and they had to fly. They had to go there. Was it? Who was it? Him and Baba Bukaki? Well, Buchanan. Was it both of them? They had to fly there. That's weird. Who's doing the intimidating around here?
Said she went through and hit all these messages. That's what I hate about Facebook. Okay, anyway. So Jennifer wrote to me. I actually have a screenshot of it, so that's actually good. But she wrote to me something along the lines of, hi, Natalie. I have Aiden Kearney, senior writer for Turtle Boy News. He would love to write a story.
Well, she is reading. I mean, to be fair, she is reading text right now, but it's like the entire time, even when she's just saying stuff, it sounds like she's reading. It's weird.
On the Karen Reed case, something along that. But I have screenshots, so you'll have that all on the USB.
Yep.
And then I wrote, "Hi Altman, thank you for putting us in touch. Let me ask Karen for her blessings." And then Clarence, who's Aiden, wrote, "Jesus, I am so sorry. I would love to get the word out about this. I understand there has been some coverage, but this should be the biggest story in the news, and Karen should be immediately exonerated." So then I didn't want to reply because it's not my territory. So I called Karen and I read her this, and she said, "Let me talk to my brother and my best friend." And I'm assuming her best friend is John Silvera, who she went to either middle school with or elementary school with or high school with or junior high, but she's known him before college. But she said, "Let me ask my brother." And then she called me back and she said that they said that Aiden would be a good person to tell her side of the story because the mainstream media has painted her as a cop killer, and they're not giving like Brian Albert's name, the homeowner's name, and all the other facts that she wants out. So then she said, "Send this picture," and it was this picture of
Cryford's going over this for one reason. One reason. I'll let you guys guess why. And also, like, why Billboard Bry has been pushing all this audio lately. Like we haven't heard it before, and he's calling it new. They're trying to get him hemmed up any way they can. Wiretapping, just whatever. And anything lately. It's the same thing.
report that was on the Boston Globe. And she circled Jen McCabe's face. And I wrote, "Jen McCabe is top left brunette in jeans jacket." And then I wrote, "Altman, I'll call you on my way home." And then Aiden writes, "What is this from?" And then I replied, "Boston Globe." And he wrote, "Thank you." And then I wrote, "The very first hearing. When I get home, I'll find photos on their Facebooks. Just wait, guys. Major news coming very soon." And Aiden wrote, "I'd be very happy to break this. I run Turtle Boy Daily News." And then Karen sends me stuff from a site called vsco.com. And one is like a big family photo of all of the, this looks like the McCabe's, and this looks like the Alberts together. And then Karen tells me to write, because I didn't know who all these people were. And she wrote, "Jen McCabe, second from right, Brian Albert, back row, dark hoodie." And then Clarence wrote, obviously, Clarence is Aiden, but it keeps saying Clarence on my phone. "Obviously, Jennifer McCabe did not kill him on her own. And it sounds like O'Keefe and Albert barely knew each other." And then I wrote, "They didn't know each other. McCabe and O'Keefe are good friends." And then Aiden wrote, what would the motive be? He was there 15 minutes before he died, and then they got the dog to bite him, ? And I wrote, "Clarence, give me your cell number." And then he gives me the 413-262-6909. And then I replied, "I'll text you the latest court motion from April 12th.
And where is that messaging?
This is all on Facebook
Tully hasn't said a word in like 27 minutes.
Messenger, because this is when I first met them. This was all April 17th, the day before, I guess, he did his first blog, which I understand is the 18th or 19th.
And it's a three-way conversation with you, Karen, and Kearney?
Karen is not on it. Karen is on Signal, or Karen's calling me.
Got it.
And I would read Karen, like on speakerphone, I would read what they're saying, and then she would say,
But Karen was directing you.
yes, because what do I know? All I know is about sofas, like I don't, and there were so many names involved that I didn't know who. I kept thinking Michael Proctor was the homeowner, and she would always correct me and say, like, no, he's the worst one of them all, and so it was very confusing for me. And I think I didn't grasp who everybody was until probably April or May or March of 2023. So it took me a long time to get.
To stop it there. I stepped away for a second because I realized Canton Community Television had posted the Karen Reed civil trial conference meeting today, the status hearing. So we're also streaming that. I just posted it in the YouTube chat if you want to watch that. Instead, I'm on
Super chat. He's messing around with Natalie from 2 years ago. But anyways, the protective order thing came out for the House defendants, right? What is that regarding? The protective orders regarding what? I didn't look at it yet.
watching them both, so we're back and forth. But we have it also pinned in the chat if you want to watch the Karen Reed hearing. Thank you, Canton Community Television, for also posting that. She's got a lot of content to go over today.
Who all these people were.
And these photos that you're sharing with Turtle Boy, where were they coming from?
From Karen.
She was in real time. She was sending them to you?
Yes. Yes. So, and I never went out. I never stepped out of bounds and took it upon myself to send stuff because I didn't want to jeopardize anything for her. So everything came from her like, okay, send this, send that. This motion is now public. He can now use this motion on his blog, but pay attention to, you know, this page, this paragraph, stuff like that.
And this arrangement of her telling you to send stuff to Turtle Boy, how long did that happen? Or did that continue?
Oh, they're interested all of a sudden.
Yeah. So then that continued from about April 17th. And then about the end of May, they started getting in an argument between me and I'm copying, pasting. And Turtle calls me and texts me and says, you know, you girls
Yes, I am.
You guys are jerking me around. I don't like being jerked around like this. You know, and Karen, I'm gonna have Aiden call me on Signal. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to say that word. And she said, have him call me on Signal. So I gave it to Turtle, her phone number. I said, call her on Signal. I said, I'm gonna go give my little girl a bath. I go in the bathtub with my little girl. We get out, I would say about 45 minutes later, we put our PJs on. And I come back to my phone and I have all these missed calls and missed text messages.
My
and I call
not the
Aiden and I
missed
said, what
calls.
happened? He goes, you know, you girls, you're playing games with me. You're jerking me around. You know, I'm the one that brought this story out. And, you know, I'm waiting by the phone and Karen doesn't even call me. So I call Karen. I said, Karen, why didn't you call him? And she goes, Natalie, I'm so scared. I said, why are you scared? And she goes, I don't know. I'm just so scared. I said, Karen, he proved himself by now. He's done blogs. Like, he's been so loyal the past month. Like, you owe it to him now to just talk to him. So from that, so then she was like, fine. So she summons the courage to call him. And so she called him. And ever since then, they just pushed me out of the picture and we're communicating directly.
That's what she's mad about. That's what she's mad at, being pushed out of the picture.
How do you know that?
Because they stopped including me and stuff.
I didn't know they're communicating without you. Did anyone
That's
tell you
just
that?
me putting 1 + 1 = 2.
Got it.
And also, she stopped texting me every day like she used to. He was a little bit better about keeping me in the loop. Like when he recorded like the Scanlon tape, he sent me that private YouTube link. I'm trying to tell you everything in order because I tend to jump around and then I forget other stuff I wanted to tell you. So I told Aiden, you know, I only had a relationship with Aiden, you know, April 17th until about June 15th, around there, and then off and on.
Very useful information here, everybody. This is incredible.
Like then I was in Europe and I would text him congratulations because he mentioned something about Netflix, you know. But anyway, on June 15th, I think. Okay. In April at some point, April or June at some point, I told Aiden, I said, Aiden, one day not Hollywood's going to knock on your door. I said, but in the meantime, you got to cut out the words because, and you got to chill with this love for Trump because if you want to tangle with Hollywood and your dream is to be famous and have
You
it
got
on
to cut out those words. It's very dangerous.
documentary. And I said, maybe it would be a good idea to do a show and say like, hey guys, I was wrong with my vocabulary. Let me change my ways and turn a new leaf. And he didn't listen to me. So then I was driving home from work. It was like around 5 o'clock my time, 5:30, whatever. And Aiden calls me. He goes, Natalie, you were right. And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, Hollywood called me. And he goes, I'm going to sign with them. And I said, but this is the first offer. Why would you like wait for some more offers? I said, this is just the beginning. You're going to get so many offers. And he goes, well, as a thank you, I want to sign with the first person because I think that's really nice. I said, Aiden, that's like sleeping with someone on the first date. You don't do that. Like, just slow your roll. And so I called Karen, and Karen was like, oh gosh, Nat, did you hear about Aiden in the documentary?
Oh, God.
You know, this really makes me nervous. You know, I haven't even gone to trial yet. I haven't even been exonerated. Why is he thinking about a documentary? And I said, I know. I told him that I think he needs to slow his roll and just wait till things play out. You know, like with Scott Peterson, there isn't just one Scott Peterson documentary. There's like 8 of them.
Right.
And there's from different viewpoints, from the Rocha family, from his sister-in-law, you know, from just the general media. So Karen sounded really nervous. And she was like, you know what, Natalie, I had a really bad day. I need to unplug.
I'm sure Karen said, Natalie, I'm really nervous. I need to unplug. I'm sure she said that. Karen seems like the kind of person that would call you up and be like, you know what? I am very upset. How can you help me? I don't think so.
Let's talk about this tomorrow. But in the back of my mind, I could tell she was really worried. So I called Aiden. I said, Aiden, do me a favor. Send me a screenshot of the email. I just want to make sure it's not some like D-list or C-list producer or documentary person. So he sent me the screenshot of the email. And what I did is I cropped it just down to the signature. And I sent it to my client who's won like 6 to 8 Emmys because she's a director. She's a pilot director. And I texted it to her and I said, hey, do you know these people? And like an hour later, she texts me back and she's like, oh my God, how the universe works. 2 of my favorite people, Natalie and Brian, 2 of my favorite people naturally collide. Oh, I won 2 Emmys with him on these shows, blah, 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 blah.
Like, no wonder why the cops think we're crazy. I mean, they're probably looking at each other like, what are we doing here? Like, if we just sneak out without making a noise, will she even notice?
They're the best people. They're the nicest people. They're great to work with. So I called Aiden. I said, Aiden, you're in luck. These people are actually legit and they're actually really nice, good people. So then I text Karen. But you know, like when you text, after every sentence, you hit return. And so I like texted Karen like, hey, all is good. All is good. These people are legit. I sent it to my client. You guys have nothing to worry about. So then the next morning I wake up to like a scathing text from Karen saying that I inserted myself into the documentary and something along the lines of that my only interest was to be in a documentary, which is not true. I had no interest.
No interest.
And I really did this for Aiden because I kind of felt bad for him because I felt like he was a struggling blogger. He has 2 kids. He lives, for lack of a better saying, paycheck to paycheck. And I thought, anyway, so so that's why I vetted that. And Karen took it the wrong way. And then after that, Karen never called me, didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to hear my side of the story. So I said to Aiden, Karen just like lost her shit. Like what? Like I get she's under a lot of pressure, but come on, you know, over that. So in the meantime, my client gives the producer my name, and he texts me, and he said, "I would love to meet with you. Can you come to Sony Studios and meet me?" And I said, "No, but you can come to my factory." So he came and met with me, and he told me that this wasn't a documentary about Aiden. It was a documentary that they want to do about this popularity about armchair detectives. And he gave me the example about that young couple that traveled cross country in a trailer and taped it, and it ended up that the boyfriend strangled her. I heard it, Gabby. Mm-hmm. And that's right.
Yeah, that would be Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. Lana from Truth and Transparency is a believer that Brian Laundrie is a domestic violence. He's abused by Gabby. That's what she believes. These are the people that the other side, well, not even the other side, it's just the anti-Turtle Boy people believe. It's insane.
And he said that it wasn't the FBI or the feds or the authorities that solved the case. It was the armchair detectives. So this guy, Brian, wanted to do a documentary on all the armchair detectives. But Aiden, being such an egomaniac, made it like, no, they want to do a documentary on me. So then when the fellow was here, he asked if I would be interested in being part of the documentary, since I'm like the goose that laid the golden egg. And I said, absolutely not. I want no part of a documentary. I don't want to be involved with like any kind of case. Like,
I think Natalie's like a trust fund baby, or like her husband owns it, like a few companies. He's like definitely wealthy. Definitely. I'm not really sure.
No way. I said, but I do have a question. I said, how do we go about getting Aiden an agent, an entertainment agent, and an entertainment lawyer? And he giggled and he goes, Aiden told me he has an attorney. And I said, yeah, but that's probably just some like Massachusetts attorney that doesn't know entertainment, because you need an entertainment attorney here in Hollywood. I said, what about an agent? And he goes, Natalie, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know any agent that would take him on. And then he explained to me that the way these documentaries work is they get the rights to his blogs for 18 months, which means that he cannot then sign and do another documentary. He can't do 3 documentaries within 18 months. He would not get paid. But what it is it'll boost his popularity, and there'll be about 8 million viewers. And it wasn't Netflix. What they do is they go to HBO, they go to Hulu, they go to Amazon Prime, Netflix, anything else that's whatever. And they go with the pilot of the documentary or with an intro.
Totally arrest her, quick.
Or a trailer of it. And then the highest bidder is the one who takes it. Okay. So then I left it at that. And I didn't hurt Aiden's feelings and tell him that you're not going to get an agent, because no one, and I never Googled him too, which is another big mistake. I never thought to Google him. And if I did Google him, I would have never gotten involved because of just the filthy stuff about him on there.
Turtlewood is him.
Yes, yeah. And so then after this, I was like, you know what? I started getting sick because I was upset that Karen still never reached out to me when I thought I was a good friend and I thought we were friends. And she knows that I live a very comfortable life. So what would a documentary mean to me? I live a very comfortable life. And
all right, we get it.
And for her to just so coldly throw me away, I was a little hurt. So I asked Aiden, like, have you talked to Karen? Like, did you mention me? And he's like, no. And I said, well, why? And he's like, well, I don't want to get.
For her to so coldly throw me away, like, she's a murder defendant, a not guilty one, an innocent one, but Jesus, lady, fuck.
Get involved, like, that's between you and her. And I was like, but can't you like try to talk to her and smooth things over and let her know that I inquired about the documentary just to make sure that you guys weren't going to bed with the wrong people? And he's like, no, I don't want to get involved. You girls are all, and you're all unreasonable and you can't talk to women and da 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 da. So I left it at that. And then
what date is this?
End of June, beginning of July.
Okay.
And then I decided for my mental health, it would be best for me to leave the groups. So I left the Free Karen.
Oh my God. Terry, I was just thinking the same thing.
Reed group and the Justice O'Keefe group. I left that group and then I went to Europe. I went to Germany to visit my family with my eldest daughter, and we had jet lag major.
Oh
and my 12-year-old and I would be up until like 3-4 in the morning. And I got bored and I joined the group.
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
I noticed this fellow by the name of Nick Rocco. Back to June. I noticed, so Erica Davis, who's Karen Ahern, as we know, you know who that is, right? Maybe I'll tell you later. She posted in the group who is getting all the proceeds to the Karen Reed t-shirts. And I commented, well, the etiquette would be that all the money goes to Karen. So Aiden does an impromptu video, and the impromptu video was dedicated to Sean on the Golf. The first half was to Sean on the Golf, because Sean on the Golf removed because he was a moderator in the group, he removed anybody talking about the grand jury. And he called Karen and he called Aiden and he said, you guys can't ask about the grand jury. And Turtle, you can't do your blogs asking.
Turtle, you can't. Do you guys? Okay. Like I can't do a thing, but if you guys get suggestions, right, we could go on to the forensic room if you want and see that madness after the all the shit came out about Proctor. We could see them try to walk that back if you want. I thought Cryford was going to be a little more mouthy here today, but apparently he's not. No, you want to do that? All right, let me know. Put your yeses in the chat or your no's in the chat. Yo.
About information about the grand jury. This is highly confidential information. So Aiden did an impromptu, and that first part was dedicated to Sean on the Gulf, saying where he said something along the lines of like, hey, let me make something straight about the grand jury. Trust me, like the whole trust me part. You don't have a law degree. Trust me. It's okay to talk about the grand jury. Trust me. And then he goes,
said it
now
already.
I want to talk about the t-shirts.
Before we go to t-shirts, can we talk about the grand jury part?
Yeah.
So what was being posted on these sites?
I don't know because I wasn't on. But I guess somebody said like, oh, my friend is on the grand jury and she said that we meet every Thursday. Something like that is what I heard and heard from somebody.
But this is June of 2023, or
Yeah.
someone was on a big grand jury that invited Karen.
I don't know, but they talked about grand jury, so I don't know like very specific like that.
Okay.
And so Sean on the Golf removed it. Turtle got really mad. Karen was mad, I guess. I don't know, but I heard she was mad. And so Aiden does this impromptu. And so the first half, as I mentioned, is dedicated to Sean on the Golf. And then the second half is dedicated to Erica Humphrey Davis, Erica Davis Humphreys, who's actually Karen Ahern, and to me. And he says, and now let's get something straight about the t-shirts. All 100% of the t-shirts go to me. This is my livelihood. This is how I get paid. And you is what he said. And I can send you the impromptu. I think
Oh
I may
my
even send it to
God,
you.
man! Oh my God! Hold on.
Karen. And then I'm the snotty who mentioned etiquette.
We're gonna switch it. I can't. But let's just see if Cryford starts talking shit at the end of this, like he usually does. Hold on. I can't do this.
It would be. And he goes, and the snotty blocked me because I blocked him a long time ago. And then I blocked Jennifer Altman because I know she's been a turtle when this is all said and done, that Karen owes him.
At a certain point, you need a legal team that knows to shut you the fuck up. Like, I don't get it. I don't talk to Bradle and Betterow, but Jesus Christ, I don't know what they're saying to him. If I was his legal team, I would say, dude, done. Stop talking about it.
Well, I knew he'd be bitching.
All he does is dig a bigger hole for himself. I was right.
Davis, who's
Good luck.
Karen Ahern. And she's also
What
one of the numbers
happened?
I gave you because she
Nothing
all this time
even
told me
happened,
she's a
Mike.
Boston police officer.
But even if I'm,
and what did Rob?
I mean, dude, this dude is fucking so sloppy. How the fuck do you?
This dude is so sloppy. You're listening to Natalie the German, dude. This is audio that's been out for years or 2 years or whatever. He's listening to her and being like, oh my God, this fucking dude is like, this is the type of shit they're pushing lately. He's such an idiot. Like, dude, he's not talking. That's Natalie talking. You've known this forever. So this is 2023? It might be 3 years ago. We've all heard it. No, but they act like it is. Like Crying Brian with the Scanlon stuff. It's been out forever, man.
Wiretap someone, number one. It seems like you wiretapped him too, right, Scanlon? I'm assuming.
Told you.
Scanlon didn't know he's being wiretapped, right? And then you accidentally release it on YouTube.
But and yet, Mike, they were going to do something about that, and they forgot. They forgot, man. And all these guys want to do is bring this shit up all the time. And like, you wonder why he snaps on you every once in a while. You want him to go to prison, dude. Just say it.
After you shared it with Natalie and she shared it with Nick, I mean, the fuck is wrong with you, bro? And then you turn around and blame all your problems on everybody else. It's Jen Altman, it's Meredith, it's this. Dude, you're a fucking train wreck. Like, I just laugh now because I just watch you over and over again tie your shoelaces together and trip over your own shoelaces. It's like, dude, the fuck is wrong with you? Are you on drugs?
Do he right away sends screenshots to Aiden about not only me sending the Scanlon tape, but about my comment that he's a pig for saying that Karen owes him a. And then
Look at it. Look at the chat. They're all talking about Turtle. Meanwhile, he hasn't said a goddamn thing. This has been out for years.
Aiden says to me, "You're the reason why I'll never trust anybody again." And I didn't even reply because I figured.
Really, dude? I bet a lot of people say that about you, bro. A lot of projected there. You break a lot of people's trust, bro. You turn around and talk about trust. Fucking guy. What a fucking joker.
He's not a reasonable person. And I tried to plead with him about things, and he has no concept of friendship or loyalty or just being a good human being.
Wait.
You're not a good friend. You're not a good friend. You tried to set me up. You tried to set me up for wine tapping, didn't you? Where you gave me the audio of fucking Lindsay Catani. You're not a good friend, dude. You're crashing out. You're crashing out every 2 seconds. They might as well call you Crash Out Turtle Dove. They might as well call you. You're crashing out. What's wrong with you, bro?
TWB, who released it to Meredith? If Meredith released it, which I've seen no proof of. All I've seen is a bunch of you idiots claiming it with no proof. But even if I'm to pretend what you're saying is true, that she released a bunch of stuff, how did she get it? Dude, I got sued this year. Do you think I sent any of my legal shit to my girlfriend?
Not
No.
again.
I don't fucking include her in that shit. That's like the dumbest shit you would do.
Well, your girlfriend didn't have your whole phone extraction, you dummy. And plus, she's 87 years old. She doesn't know how to do technology.
Do. That's what your lawyer tells you. Your lawyer tells you to keep everything to your fucking self. Like, that's his problem. You heard what the fucking judge said, right? The judge said that's on him. It's on him. No, bro. Meredith did not hack him. He gave her the shit. He admits it. Dude, what the fuck? Keep track of the basics, you know, especially when you're making accusations that could get you sued. You know, what you're saying is libel, bro. I wouldn't want to get sued.
So I
I'll
didn't
get a lawyer.
reply. And then
So
I did reply. I actually did say,
You're so
like,
funny.
hey, I know you're mad at me, but I'm sure I wanted to keep it civil because I didn't want to be a ratchet. So I was like, well, I'll still be cheering from you from afar, something like that. I left it like very like neutral.
Man from afar.
Let's not make this war because I'm not doing war.
So what's the concern about the scandal tape? Did Turtle Boy share any concerns about the existence of that video?
Well, because he recorded it without Scanlon knowing.
How do you know that?
Because he was like, oh, when he sent it to me to send to Karen.
That's the funniest shit, too.
Here we go, here we
When all
go.
this shit was going on with Natalie.
Mike's about to lose it.
Turtle Boy didn't even know Meredith. I wasn't even covering this case. I was one of the first people covering this. And I wasn't even covering it at this point when all this shit happened with the Scanlon. So, it's funny. People don't even know the basics of what happened. Good point.
It was not known, and he never shared it on his blogs. And then he would. And another thing I thought was odd was with Lucky Lafren, the plow guy. Aiden said several times that he has a photographic memory, but then I knew he recorded Scanlon, and you don't have a photographic memory like that. There's no photographic memory like that, especially verbatim like that. No.
That's fucking Lucky. Threaten Lucky.
Threaten Lucky.
He should have prefaced.
Like, Lucky was questioned under oath. Questioned about all this stuff. And he's like, no, he didn't do that. And they just and they just say it against him, right? Like, that's not liable. Like, that was proven in a court of law. You testified to it. You can't just run around saying shit like that to people. You can't. Threatened Lucky. I mean, come on.
It if he were smart and savvy, he should have prefaced it like, "Oh, the conversation went somewhere
Every
along
2
the lines."
seconds.
Smart and savvy. The dude tells everybody all the crimes he does and then pretends he's not. I mean, he's still doing it on his Twitter. Some of the shit I saw him posting the last couple of days is like, dude, are you looking for new charges? Are you trying to make it easy for them to charge you with new shit? Sometimes you just got to shut the fuck up. Remain silent, bro. Did your lawyers tell you that? You have a right to remain silent, bro.
Lines of this, but he's like, no, I have a photographic memory, and that's just not believable. But no, the Scanlon tape was very obvious, and he sent it to me, and he either sent it directly to Karen or I sent it to her, and then he also sent it to Eric.
The open book telling everyone all the shit he did that was criminal. I mean, that's the thing. My whole advice from the fucking very beginning. Honestly, people remember this. I told him to calm the fuck down with that lady from the.
We're getting advice from Cryford. We're getting advice from Cryford, the guy that ran away when Krusty said, "You're next, bitch," and he went into hiding. You want me to play the clip? I will in a minute, but
Jersey. And also, I said, dude. Especially to his buddy the Galera, when all this shit was coming up about the wiretap. And he's mad at me because I'm in JFK's chat. But your dudes are out there fucking telling your shit. I wasn't telling your shit. I didn't know your shit. Why the fuck would you care if I was in JFK's chat? You're such a fucking baby. He was like, oh, I'm so upset Mike was supporting them. Yeah, but you know what, dude? I didn't have any of your shit to share with the world. I wasn't sharing your shit with the world. But your people were. You're sloppy. And I told you back then to shut the fuck up. Shut your people up. Shut the Galera up. The Galera is out there lying for you over and over again, obviously lying and getting caught. At a certain point, you need a legal team that knows to shut you the fuck up. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't talk to Bradel and Betterow, but Jesus Christ, I don't know what they're saying to him. If I was his legal team, I would say, dude, done. Stop talking about it. All he does is dig a bigger hole for himself. I was right.
Davis, who's Karen Ahern. And she's also one of the numbers I gave you because she all this time told me she's a Boston police officer and that she doesn't want to blow her cover. I think she's a pathological liar.
Wait. Did someone just say this? Wait. It's all coming out what a rat you are. Is that what Sarah did you say that about me? What did I rat on? Who have I talked to law enforcement about? I'm not the one self-snitching. I'm not the one that has anything to rat on. Mike, I don't know what the fuck. What are you talking about, Sarah? You sound like a fucking
audience.
Or are you talking about this other dude who rats on himself? I don't know. I'm confused. Okay. The blackmail starts. Okay, so you are talking about him. Okay, I get it. I was wondering. I thought you were talking about me for a second. All right, I get it. He's self-snitching is what you're saying. Yeah. That's a problem.
Because she's actually a security guard for a hospital.
I get it.
But she would go to like the Albert's homes and the house with the swimming pool. And so she's the one that took pictures of the swimming pool. So if you go on his blogs, those are all from him. But then she had a falling out with Aiden because she was like, he's so unthankful. I'm not going to send him anything anymore. Somehow her and Sean on the Gulf, who's Sean McDonough in Florida, the retired 35-year DEA agent.
And here was Sean McDonough, actually. If you listen to what Sean did on through this, Sean basically protected him by protecting Karen and him and saying, hey, dude, this is not good. You shouldn't be doing this shit. Trying to protect him from himself.
Protect Karen from what, Mike?
I mean, Christ.
Mike.
At least he knows. He's trying to protect the guy. And what does Sean get?
What's he protecting Karen from, Mike? I mean, listen, they've been doing it for the past 3 weeks. He's at Karen Reed guilty. I am positive of it. Positive.
Every good deed gets punished, right? With this guy.
No, it's called no good deed goes unpunished. That's how it goes.
And Karen Ahern, aka Erica Davis Humphreys, they started a circle where they wanted to figure out what do these cops all owe each other? Like, what favor does Proctor favor?
He's already gone after her. I mean, this is the thing. He's already played this on his show. He's already gone out. He's already done that. I mean, he's done what he could, right? This is what he does to everybody. But it's too late. I mean, she gave her testimony. This is her testimony, basically, to Tully, her interview. And so there's no taking this back.
There's Proctor O'Brien that he did all this lying and planted evidence. And there's all these other officers, like, so they were trying to find out who owes.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I should have figured that out. I should have known. Sometimes when I know Turtle Rod is here, I expect that it's against me, so it's funny. I'm sorry, Sarah. Thank you for clarifying. I figured that out.
Who, what favors. And so McDonough, I also think, exaggerates and tries to make himself more significant and powerful than he is. But that was what they were working on with these 5 other police officers in Canton, retired FBI agents, or I don't know what the terminology was, but there was a think tank amongst them to figure out what these cops have on each other. And that's why they all covered up for each other and planted evidence and purposely misspelled names in documents and stuff like that.
When was the last time you talked to Karen?
That night when it must have been June 15th, June 13th.
Okay. When was the last time you talked to him?
Well, when he got mad at me when I had COVID, like September 18th, but I never spoke to him. But when I was in Germany, he posted that he's signing on with people with Netflix. So I was genuinely, out of everybody, I'm scared of him the most, because I don't want him to like smear my name and make me a ratchet, even though I pay my bills. I don't have debt. I didn't have kids before 30.
Scared of him
I'm
smearing
married.
your name.
You know, show the Tinder Swindler contacted them.
See if Cryford can freak
answer.
out again.
And
This arrangement that Karen would send you things.
lawn chairs on their grass, drinking beers, and then leave the beer cans. Journalism. She's like,
crashing out.
Presented anybody that feels like there's no way he's going to jail or that he's definitely going to jail. I think you're both wrong. I think we don't know. This is going to be, like I said, 50-50. I wouldn't want those odds. I wouldn't want a 50% chance of me going to jail, but it also gives him a pretty good opportunity of winning too. He does have a chance to win on that criminal case. No doubt about it.
Did you ever talk to Alan Jackson or David Inetti?
I've Aiden and Paul O'Keefe.
Clearly didn't follow up and ask a clear question. I feel like I asked more of a clear question about Aiden and his witness intimidation charges than the host did when Juna Perkins came on my show, like the first or second time. I clearly asked Juna about it. And you can tell Juna didn't want to commit to anything on helping Aiden because she didn't know all the details. She would want to wait and see what the evidence was, all that. But I felt like Daesh was given
all these people want. That's all they want is to see him in prison. That's it. That's it. That's it. 100%.
A very similar answer to Juna Perkins. And I think it's funny that so many Turtle Rodders and Aiden himself have staked everything on Adam Daesh is going to protect us. Adam Daesh is going to be the one to drop the charges. And I think the more that he talks about it, the more he brings it up, the more likely Daesh isn't going to do anything for him. Because it's going to make Daesh look bad. And that's the thing. It's a double-edged sword. If you actually campaign for this guy and you make it all about Aiden, Daesh is probably not going to deliver, honestly. And maybe one of the other candidates might be the one to actually deliver, but don't ask him. You know, like, it's just funny on this because nobody wants to be the one that's going to let somebody off of criminal charges because they got pressured in public. You know, that's just not, you don't look strong that way. So I could see why Adam Daesh kind of didn't give the answers that people expected and wanted. And I think that, honestly, I don't think it's helping. I don't think it's helping. Like, I don't think Aiden's going to, I think he thinks that if he campaigns, he'll help Daesh win. I don't think he can help Daesh win. I think that actually it's more likely that a lot of voters will be turned off by.
He hasn't stopped yapping for like 7 minutes, and there wasn't even a question. He's just losing it.
By Aiden Carney campaigning for Adam Daesh in Norfolk County. I think that's the reality that he doesn't see. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see as the truths. You can take it or leave it, but that's what I see. Let's continue on this.
And then she called me
So
back
he
and she
flipped
said,
out again.
I just blasted my music, took a hot shower, and I just went in the corner and started crying. But I was strong, and she's like, I have no other choice. I'm fighting for my life. But
on a YouTube show that's a kind of a turtle rider YouTube show that didn't seem so supportive of Aiden. So and Aiden doesn't seem too happy about it. So there's that.
Jeez, Mike.
If I were him, I would probably focus more on the Mass Sheriff, Norfolk County
That's
Sheriff.
why he wants everybody to focus on everything else. You know what I mean? Have you heard him before? He's not focusing on anything else.
Maybe he could get some special treatment if he does go to jail.
Show
I don't know.
together, Tell Me Lies, which is about freshman college year, like love drama, and it reminds.
And not only do I say this, that he should shut the F up. When it happened to me, when they try to put pressure on me with Tully and them.
Listen to this. This is interesting. Listen to this.
I did the rope-a-dope. I pretended I was all freaked out and all scared and all this and that. And what did I do? I shut the F up. I went silent for a month. I found a lawyer. I made sure that I knew they weren't coming after me. I didn't make all kinds of incriminating statements when all the trolls were coming out. I shut the F up.
Why would you make incriminating statements? You've done nothing wrong, dude. You run a fucking YouTube show. Incriminating statements? What?
See, because I have a brain. That's why I didn't catch any charges in Norfolk County, because I'm not a dummy. You guys call me a coward. You call me Cryford. No,
Yep.
I'm not.
I named you Cryford, and don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it.
A pussy. I'm not a rat. I'm not a dummy. I'm not someone you're going to set up and get away with it. I'm not going to be intimidated, but I'll play the
Set up. This whole thing about Jesus Christ, forget it. I mean, we've beat it into the ground at this point.
game. I shut the F up. I talked to my attorney. My attorney told me to shut the F up.
Why though? I don't get it. What have you ever done? I don't understand.
Take a month off. See what happens. See if you can find out what's going on. That's what I did. And you know what my lawyer said? I bet in a month they'll forget about you. They'll move on to something else. They'll realize you're not important to this.
They'll move on and realize you're not important to this. What the fuck is he talking about? What's the idea there, Nanya? Go ahead. But it's just when they talk like this, is like, are they delusional or was it something
What
else?
happened? It's what happens when you have a good attorney and you listen to them. Guess how much that attorney cost me for all the advice he gave me?
I don't care.
$0. $0. He might said, Mike, do you want to hire me and spend a lot of money?
Well, he must have been in trouble if the lawyer asked him for no money.
If you do, go do your show every night, go off on them, and then you can write me a big check. That's what my attorney said. Or you can never pay me and just shut up for like a month and see what happens. Sometimes it's best just to shut the F up. Take a month off. I was telling that guy months ago, take a month off. Take some time. Shut up for a little while. Let it cool down. Nope, can't do that. Gotta get more charges. Gotta get more lawsuits against them. Gotta react to more people. Gotta get the super chats going.
He doesn't even get super chats.
That's what hurt me when she
Does he? I don't even.
didn't give me a chance to explain my innocent inquiry about the documentary. Another thing is in the very beginning, I told her that when you Google, this is before Aiden, this is
Spam Gallagher coming in, everybody.
Mike is not a Cryford, a dummy, a rat, or an idiot. Super smart.
He is a Cryford. I named him Cryford, so I would know.
2022. When you Google Karen.
No, it's funny. Sue O'Connell said I made one of the smartest posts on Twitter yesterday or some shit. And I was like, it's a very fucking low bar. Like, it's funny. I'm not even that smart. It's even though I call myself so. I'm just
Mike, you can't even write, dude. You have you seen your sentences? Have you seen your grammar? Punctuation, things of this nature. Please stop. And by the way, you're getting your compliments from Sue. I mean, give me a break.
not a dumbass like a lot of these people. It's not a dumbass.
I'm not a dumbass.
She's not a dumbass.
Not
Nothing
dumbass.
came up.
Said
And I
it
told her,
3
"You need
times
to
in a
tell
row.
The news outlets that when they post their
You know how you know when you might be a dumbass? When you say it 4 times consecutively. I don't know.
Articles, you can choose like 10 hashtags. It might be more, but you can choose 10 hashtags. Tell them to use Karen Reed as a hashtag so that when we Google your name, it comes up. Another thing I noticed is they kept referring to her as the ex-girlfriend. And I said, you need to let the news outlets know not to call you the ex-girlfriend because you weren't.
Thank you, Felicia. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. It's been a rough couple days around here at the MC Cossie Studios. But you know, listen, times are tough all around. Mike is a Cryford. He is a dummy. He is a rat. Is an idiot. That is the thought of 1977 Felicia, but it's also mine, but times 10. Okay. So thank you so much, Felicia.
And she was like, oh my God, Nat, why am I spending $3,000?
That's the thing. These other creators don't care about him.
Yeah, not on the stage in 1977. Felicia, come on up.
They love it. They get more money off of his drama. The more he has drama, the more he's got charges, the more money they make covering it. And then if he actually goes to jail, they hope to replace him.
Look how excited he's getting.
So they're not going to stop him. They don't like him. They pretend they like him because they're afraid of him. They're afraid of his audience.
Who?
But truly, they're rooting for his downfall too. Don't kid yourself. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. Secretly, they want him to fall.
A lot of
they
them
want
are.
his audience, and they want his money, and they enjoy the drama that he gets into.
Like, nobody thinks like this, Mike. I don't think like this guy. I don't know what he's talking about. No, does anybody think like him? Like, I don't get it.
Because they could sit there and cover it and get the little pennies from his audience.
$1 a month on a PR person. You should just do my PR. You're so good at this stuff. You know this, like, on your own. I'm going to let go of my PR person. So from that point, I kind
Man
of
says,
looked at
yep.
my role as her
I
PR
agree.
person,
God, I can't
weirdly
stand
enough.
her. I'm
And
so
I
glad
think
I
that
haven't
when
really engaged too much on X lately, and Nana's gone, but she'll be back. But also, ugh, God, it's just been so much better with her around, not around. Vacationing on Skinwalker Ranch, chasing UFOs and
Jim told
shit.
me about the documentary guy. I kind of wanted to protect her and protect him and make sure that this was legit.
Nelson, any questions?
Did Aiden ever, obviously after you gained his trust, did he ever have you email anybody that we haven't brought up yet?
No. No.
Did he have fundraisers?
Like email,
for
like
attorneys?
Just any documents, anything, or contact somebody on his behalf?
Oh, like, so he would get emails from like people saying like, oh, rumor has it that X, Y, and Z. And then he would say, can you send this to Karen and tell me if this is true? Nettie, and I sent that to you.
Just a matter of time before Mike flips
So,
out again, right?
Stephanie Public, she was because he recorded it, and then
I don't care about the
Pictures would
Mike's
should you
about to
against
lose
them?
it.
I don't know.
Okay.
We just did it. There was no rhyme or
You had mentioned me before.
Who was a friend of Karen Reed.
in the courthouse.
Yeah, I was there. I wasn't inside court. I didn't ask Karen to be in court. Karen asked me to be in court one time, and I said no. I never lobbied her. I never asked her for anything ever.
Well, nobody's saying you did, Mike.
I still don't.
Jesus Christ. Like, dude, what's wrong, dude?
Ask her for anything. I would never ask Karen Reed for anything.
Mike, you never needed to be.
Never.
Hold on.
Never,
Hold
never,
on.
ever.
Man with her bullshit. Always coming in. Skimwalker spam. Spamming up the chat.
Anything ever. I still don't ask her for anything. I would never ask Karen Reed for anything.
Mike, you never needed to be at the courthouse. Aiden was chasing clout, to use their term.
What a sucky piece of shit she is.
Never, ever, ever.
Alan Jackson's going to be there. Like, this is how you move up.
The thing is, I don't want to be famous. You know, it's funny. If you listen to this whole conversation, you hear her talk about fame, how Aiden wants to be famous. He says it a lot. I've never wanted to be famous.
No.
Fame is a trap. I know a lot of famous people. It's not that fun. Being famous is not as much great. It's good that it can help you sell your products and your creative endeavors will sell product. I mean, that's the good part of fame, right? But the bad part of fame are all the crazy people.
You're not one of them.
They have a say on what
You're
you
not
do
one
in
of
your
the
life.
crazy
You know, that,
people.
I got a taste of that with
no,
Federer.
no.
I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it that much. And I
you're
knew
not.
already that I didn't like fame even before that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, to be on TV.
He's definitely not one
Exactly.
of the
Fuck
crazy
fame. I just want to survive. I just want to be able to do what I like to do for work. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to do the projects I want to do and spend the time. That's all money is to me. It's just freedom.
You guys hear that?
It just gives you freedom to pursue the life you want.
In life.
Beyond
You know,
that, I don't care.
You schmooze with the right people. You socialize with the right people. And that's how you climb up this.
Well, my sound effect work, and I love that. It's not that loud. But.
Slaughter, you know, because he was on his way home and he didn't want to go. He was too shy. And I said, Aiden, pull over.
I mean, if you
Oh,
really
here we go. Nan.
I am not a creator, but to me, it seems to be better for audiences, for the creator, to actually be streaming court hearings and commentating and not sitting there.
See, Nan just has this whole thing. She doesn't want anybody like reviewing Cryford or Billboard or whatever. Like,
that's not content
creation, but what BLT does every day, like replaying, like, I don't know, court TV shit and like News Nation stuff, and then reading other people's reports is content creation. So, but she always has to. I'm not a creator. Well, shut up. If you don't know anything about it.
want to help. It's funny because this is what I thought about too. I went to court a few times and I said, why am I going to court? Is this
Mike's
for me
mad
to feel
again.
good? I'm not getting anything done. I'm not getting any real good content. And by being at court, I'm missing what Nana's saying. She says, I'm not a creator, but to me, it seems to be better for audiences, for the creator to actually be streaming court hearings and commenting and not sitting there in court doing that. I know, right?
Oh.
And that's what I decided.
Oh, she's like, don't cover court hearings. Actually, sit on your ass. All right, so she's got a very narrow scope of what she.
Content creators.
I decided it would be better for me to stream all the hearings at home where more people could watch it. And that's what I did. That's what
we
I
know,
did.
Mike. We were there.
And Karen is just like the nicest, down to earth person. And I was like, see, you just have to have a little bit of confidence, you know?
Yeah. Just
the only
have
thing
a
you
little bit of
like cartoon character.
You're gonna flip out in a
the
minute.
whole get up, the sign. That's pretty much it. He hit the fan.
Uh-oh.
That is the key to life. Learn from your mistakes, right?
I hope he takes his glasses off. Look at him.
Look at his style. I know that was funny. He did get a stylist.
Look at him.
I think it did help a little bit. I mean, I know he still looks like Turtle Dick, but he looks a little better with
Mike, I don't know. You should be really trying to dunk on people's looks, man. I don't know if that's the lane you should go in. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. It's like it.
with the stylist. Oh, God damn. No, the McAlberts were not there today. It was a Zoom hearing only. You can check it out, though. Some good stuff happened, though. We found out
Yeah, his new favorite people, the McAlberts.
some things going on about the subpoenas, the depositions.
The glasses just came off, everybody. Here we got Mole Mike. Mole money, mole problems. Check it out. Come on, Mike. Look up. Come on. Fucking Mr. Beady Peepers over here. Look up. God damn you, Mole. What are you doing? You're on a live stream.
I'm just hearing something's coming down on Friday, I heard.
Yeah, well,
The rumor.
figure it
I
out.
just heard-
There we go. I just missed it. God damn it.
Heard from one of my sources something's going to be happening with Sean Good on Friday in Canton. We'll see. Maybe we're going to get more
Wow.
information about what's going on with Sean Good. Last night, we had the Canton Select Board meeting, and they announced that Sean Good had resigned, but the investigation was still ongoing. Just heard.
I love how he stares off to the side like that. Yeah, it's fucking so funny.
From a source who gives me.
He looks at you like, all right. Have you guys ever seen a dog that's like very hard, like he can't see well, like at all? And he looks at you with like his head is like tilted to the side a little bit, and he looks at you so he can get like a look at you. That's exactly what he does. Like, it's so funny.
Really good information, actually. This source of mine says something's going to happen on Friday in Canton. We'll see with Sean Good.
More money, more problem. Come on, Mike. Jesus.
I'm just checking out the chat right now.
Yeah, well, don't. Say something. Come on.
Who's this thing? Hold on. Did you see that Ricotta, whatever his name is?
Ricotta.
He's a bigger lolcow than fucking Turtle Boy. Actually.
That's what I call him, Ricotta. He's taking my name. He's gonna try to dunk on fucking Ricotta right now. Are you kidding me?
Actually, fucking, he went on their space last night, the anti-space, I think it was. Did you hear this? This was fucking crazy. This guy, it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? This guy goes after Kate Peters. He's calling her all kinds of names about her weight and all this other crap.
Look
It's like,
at my
give Kate
eyes
Peters
right
the high
now.
ground. I mean, come on. Like, you know that.
Hold on. We're backing it up. We're backing it up. He just went full cross-eye, and I'm not fucking around. Nick Ricotta. He went on the anti-spaces. Like, he cares if he goes on the anti-spaces. I'm telling you, he's there.
I don't love Kate Peters.
Look at his face
right?
just lit up. From
I'm not saying I hate her. I'm not like a lot of you that totally hate her.
Oh no! Why'd you do that?
If anyone should hate her, it should be me. Honestly,
Krusty? Why? She doesn't try to ruin your life every single day of the week. What are you, insane? It should be you.
This guy goes after Kate Peters.
And he still calls her Kate Peters with an S. It's his arch nemesis, but he doesn't know her name. This is fucking incredible.
Calling her all kinds of names about her weight and all this other crap.
And now Mike is all of a sudden offended on the part of Kate from Nick Ricotta. He's a groomer of women. Like, he'll just take any side other than Turtle. It doesn't matter anymore. And Karen either. It really doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter anymore. Oh, look at
it's like give Kate
Mike. Stop looking at me sideways.
Kate Peter the high ground. I mean, come on. Like, you know that I don't love Kate Peter, all right?
I also don't like Nick Ricotta.
I'm not saying I hate her.
Oh my god. Jesus, Mike.
I'm not like a lot of you that totally hate her.
Oh no, we know, Mike. You love them all. You love them all. I mean, that's the one that threatened you and almost made you quit, dude. God, you're such a fucking beta. Jesus Christ.
If anyone should hate her, it should be me, honestly. But like,
it should be me.
I was like rooting for her against this guy. This is how bad this guy comes.
Yeah, of course you were. But good luck with that.
Off. You just have to play this. This fucking guy.
He's mad at Ricada. You can't make this shit up.
This is the guy. His life is a train wreck. His life has been a train wreck.
Mike, he had some troubles, right? He got into a thing and it wasn't good. His life is not a train wreck. Believe me. You don't know what you're talking about.
Is up on criminal charges.
Not up
He's
on
got
criminal
like
charges.
150 pages on Kiwi Farms about how much of a lolcow he is. And he calls all this shit to Kate Peter, and then like he's supposed to do a show.
No. She went
like
after
two
after the fundraiser. She went directly after him.
days ago, and then he gets in yet another car accident. And it doesn't look good. The details of the accident that he got into with his family. This guy's got a lot of problems, and he used to be one of the biggest freaking YouTubers around. He was an attorney.
Still killing it, by the way.
But again, he got arrested. His child tested positive for cocaine.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
He right before he got arrested, there was a live stream where he was totally fucked up on all kinds of drugs. I don't know what it was. He doesn't deny this. All kinds of substances. And it looks like he thought he ended the stream, and what he was doing was, you know what? Like,
No, he wasn't. Anybody that thinks that, you're ridiculous. He's completely covered by a desk. He was passing out. These people are nuts. That's the first thing they go to is that shit.
himself in front of the camera while on stream. Like, he's a mess. Like, I have nothing against, I'm not going to get grotesque, but I have nothing against the masturbation. All right. Let's just put it that way.
All right, Mike. Take
but you
it
don't
easy.
sit there in front of a fucking computer that you stream on and do it. Never. Just in case. I don't get Jeffrey Toobin and this guy. Like,
I mean, the thing about Ricada, why do I care? He's a YouTuber. I don't understand. Like, I don't get that. He better be squeaky clean with no record, because I can't watch him make fun of people and, talk about law every once in a while and be hilarious. Oh, he's got to be an angel.
Where is the common sense? But listen to him. Let's end the show. We just went over some of the lull cow of Turtle Boy. Let's listen to this one. This is fucking. Oh wait, what am I doing? Hold on a second. I don't even know how to start this. Do I have this up right?
He's upset.
Why isn't it? Oh, okay.
And y'all won't ever guess who it is.
Is it Adam?
It's exactly who you think it is. Well, maybe.
Is it boner salad?
It's not.
Let him.
Nick Ricada. Ooh,
He
Nick
wants
and
to
Doing a
take
Jeffrey
that.
Toobin.
Nick, I'm going to tell you though, if you get up here and start being vile and gross and nasty, I will mute
You're gonna be
you.
vile
So
and
just keep that in
Ooh,
mind.
Kate. You gotta bring Kate back up as a speaker.
Kate's here.
I'm talking.
Oh,
I think I'd rather have boner salad than Nick Ricada.
Wait, hold on.
Well, I think
Did she just say I'd rather have boner salad? Hold on. You can't make jokes like that. That's fucking ridiculous. Boner salad?
Up here and start being vile and gross and nasty, I will mute you. So just keep that in
Ooh,
mind.
Kate. You gotta bring Kate back up as a speaker.
Kate's here.
I'm talking.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I'd rather have boner salad than Nick Ricada.
Fucking boner salad. Okay. We're done. You can't say shit like that. That's crazy.
Well, I
What's
think
it called, though?
it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other there, Earl.
Nah.
Oh, that's Lydia.
I gotta say, I don't know what happened with him, this guy Ricada, and Uncivil Law. And I know a lot of people don't like Uncivil Law for some reason. Some people think he's creepy or weird, but I like him. He's been really nice to me. Oh, he's always, and I think he's funny. I think he's a good guy. I like what he does with Runkle when they do the.
Knew it, Mike. I knew it. It was almost in stereo.
Fundraising for the children's hospital. They're a good team. I don't know why anyone would go after Uncivil Law. Like, that's another one that kind of scratches my head on this Ricada guy.
Yeah, you want to
He
know
went
why?
after uncivil law.
Because a guy dragged him across the internet. He was one of his best friends, and when he got in trouble, he was the first one to shit on him. That's why. I mean, these people, they just, you know, it's like.
I'm a boner salad. Don't worry about it. Hey, look, I love that I tuned into your spaces.
Why did they talk like that too? He sounds like he's fucking like a weird DJ on like, you know.
Mike, do you have any idea, like how many like members he has and subscribe? Like,
Kiss 108 or some shit.
And Kate's here, and the first thing you're talking about is food, so that's very fitting.
Why does your voice sound like that?
Why does my voice sound like this? A whole
Exactly.
bunch of reasons. Don't worry about it.
Are they all upsetting?
I mean,
it feels like they're upsetting.
They are all upset.
but Lydia's she has a nice voice, right?
What is your
Setting, yes.
Okay.
Well, hey Nick, I saw Kate.
See, that's valid. I could say Kurt on civil law is too. He's too conservative for me. I agree probably with you on.
And he's 100% conservative, and Mike's a lefty. But just because it's in opposition of Nick Ricotta, he's got to take it. It doesn't matter. Like when you show your ass like this, like, don't you realize that like everybody can see that you're selling your integrity down the road just to be anything against Turtle Boy? Like everything, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like they can be completely opposed to you in any way. Like you could have had a 10-year history where the person, you know, shit on you every day for 10 hours a day. Like, but it's just everything in opposition of Turtle Boy. And that's where I'm at. That's what Mike's whole show is now. And he's like, I'm the smart one. Okay.
That, but he's not a bad guy. There's no reason to like go after him. Like, what did he ever do? I just think he knew that he was an easy mark. Like
an easy mark.
That's what these people do.
That's what
and it's funny to see him. He's going down.
Just sat there and went after Nick Ricator in the worst way. You don't even know him. But now you're going to sit here and stick up for uncivil law, who did one of the shittiest things people can do when you're a friend with somebody. Abandon him and then dragged him across the internet when his channel was down.
Down in flame. Uncivil law has nothing to say about any of it, which I like.
About a month ago, and she wears probably a size 4.
No,
So
I wear a size.
you can
4'2" men.
Kate, a size 4, she's 6 feet tall. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but she's not a size 4. That's small, is it not?
Get skinnier.
Nikita, what's your obsession with?
I don't know. You say he's funny. I think he's unintentionally funny. I'm laughing at him, not with him. That's the difference. Like sometimes I do laugh when I'm watching this guy, listening to this guy, but it's not with him. It's at him at this point. You know?
Oh, he's got a chat that says you got to admit it. He's probably not going to acknowledge it. Yep, he just took it off.
People's weight.
Like I think that probably you as a 6-foot-something man with spindly arms and me as a 5'9" woman, we probably weigh the same. Okay.
I doubt it.
I don't, bro. I think she's right on that. I think you probably do weigh about the same, bro.
Mike knows. Mike would know.
I think she's right on the fucking mark on that one. I mean, dude, she's probably about the same. Like my arms aren't spindling. I am.
What? Wait, hold on. He just said his arms aren't spindly. Let's back that up. Did you guys see him the other night when he asked me to dance? When he said dance with me, cause he danced with me, and he pulled up his sleeves. You guys remember that?
I don't, bro. I think she's right on that. I think you probably do weigh about the same, bro. I think she's right on the fucking mark on that one.
Hey, Sparks.
I mean, dude, she's probably about the same. Like my arms aren't spindling. I am somewhat lean, but I got some arms, and I bet she's about the same weight as I am. Like that's a weird thing to deny, dude. You're a weirdo. Like,
Did you have anything you want?
You know what's a weird thing to deny? That your arms aren't spindly when we know that they are. Like, why did you say spindly? Because you know they're spindly, dude.
Wanted to like actually say, or
You are probably around 100.
I don't know what's the topic of discussion here. I'm happy to talk to you guys.
So how much cocaine is the appropriate dose for an 8-year-old? Does it change?
Yeah, it really depends on the 8-year-old.
How much did you give yours to be 5 times the cutoff?
fucking idiot. Just to say that. It depends on the 8-year-old. That's really funny, dude, when you're talking about kids and drugs. And you're...
Well, how would you answer the question, Mike? I mean, he's fucking...
I mean, come on, dude.
He didn't say anything. She said, I'd like to talk to you. And she comes out with that question. What do you expect him to do? Oh, I'm sorry, kid. I need to sit here and take your beating. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, 10.
None. My child's never ingested cocaine. If you think she has, you're fucking retarded.
There we go. There we go. There's the real Nikki Rockets. You're the R word because my kid tested positive for cocaine. You're the R word to dare bring up any questions about my young child testing positive for cocaine. It's you're the one who's got an issue, not Nikki Rockets, the father of the kid that tested positive for cocaine. This guy's a fucking idiot. How the fuck do people watch this guy?
He's hilarious. You should try it. But he's not your speed, Mike. You're more of a uncivil guy, probably.
Fucking clown.
Oh, okay, was it like
Oh, no, wait a minute. You guys are completely politically opposed. I don't know who you would watch.
like a conspiracy? They just faked the test?
I have no idea what they did with the test because they didn't give us discovery, and when we demanded a retest, they wouldn't do it.
With you people.
It's always the discovery. Yeah.
Well, you realize how you verify a factual scenario is by going through discovery and actually getting those facts from the other party, because you don't have any other way to examine them. You understand that, right? Like
You understand, Nick, that another part of journalism is asking a person involved in the situation a question about it, which she did, and you're coming off really nasty just because she asked a fucking question about it.
You get that there's a process for which you would verify a factual narrative, and that process is governed by rules. And when someone else doesn't follow the rules, or they don't actually go into
Like, this is a guy who fucking is on probation. He's talking about fucking following the rules. It's like, dude, how the fuck you talk like that? Whiny. Why are these fucks all whiny fucks?
Rules. That structure, you don't have any way to do it.
No,
you don't
have
any way to do it. Information.
You don't have any
way
to do it. You don't have any way to do
I can't wait to send this clip to him.
Guy. Oh my god, dude, you called in for this? Why the fuck would you even why would you do this? Why wouldn't you just let this shit go, bro? You think you're winning on this, bro?
Standing was based on Karen Reed, who goes through discovery and just makes shit up. So you're right. I stand corrected.
Yeah, I don't care about Karen Reed's discovery issues that you guys have with her. That's entirely separate from my scenario. If you want to talk about my scenario, that's what we're talking about. If you want to talk about Karen Reed, we can talk about Karen Reed.
No scenarios.
There yesterday. Why did you hit a payloader, Nick? Like, what were you doing?
I'm not going to discuss the nature of an auto accident with a pending issue. Like, what are you talking about? Are you fucking stupid?
Not as stupid as you. I've never hit a payloader before with my car.
Everybody else is stupid for asking about this guy's issues. Dude, you got in an accident yesterday. She's asking about it. What are you, stupid?
You don't fit inside of a car key.
You should drive a plane.
Look, this is his response to everything. Fat jokes. Like he's doing fat jokes.
Talking about his girl.
Like your life isn't fucking toxic enough. You got to throw in some fat jokes at a woman. That's really helping you, bro. Really helping you.
Same, you little manlet. Okay.
Local.
I guarantee we're probably in the same place. You're a tiny man.
Tiny man. I'm bigger than you, bitch.
I don't think you are.
I'm bigger
You
than
said you're 5'9"?
I don't think he is bigger than her. Somebody said, "What's a payloader?" It's like one of those like farm equipment, you know, the arm type thing. I'm not sure what type of farm equipment, but it was some type of big machine that was like backing up, and he apparently, I'm guessing, sped and crashed into it. I don't know what happened. We don't fully know, but this dude got in an accident the day before this call.
Rain isn't.
I am 5'9". I am 146 pounds. I'm assuming that you are 6'1" and 100.
Oh, I'm much larger than you.
I don't.
Much larger.
If you're assuming I'm 5'9", why would you assume that you're bigger than me? That's a very weird thing to say.
You have
If you're larger
But
than
then
her-
saying,
you have little spindly arms. I said that we
If
weigh.
you're larger than her, do you fit in a car?
yes, I do.
Okay, so then she fits
That
in a
was
car.
as a cell phone.
No, it was an insult. I was calling her fat.
Yeah,
It was a bad one.
Thank you. I am HY5. Thank you very much. I did get that, and I appreciate you very much.
You're really good at that, Nick. You're really, really good at that. Almost as good.
I know. I have lots of practice. There's lots of fat people.
That was a joke.
I found that one.
There's lots of fat people. I mean,
Even Mike.
damn, this
that one
guy
funny.
is.
Mike, he got you, didn't he? He did. He got you.
His audience really has to be single-digit IQ. I'm guessing. Like, this is what they're entertained by.
Still
There's
laughing.
lots of fat. That was a joke. There's lots of fat people. I mean, damn, this guy is. His audience really has to be
Funny.
single-digit IQ.
Dude, you're sticking up for Krusty, you fucking loser. Like, do they realize what they're doing?
I'm guessing. Like, this is what they're entertained by. There's lots of fat people.
Where's your accent from?
I would like to know that as well.
My accent is a combination of Texas,
No, it's not.
Minnesota, and anger.
No, I don't.
You're
What are you
right.
so
I
angry
wasn't
about?
born in Texas.
Nan coming in again with her bullshit. All of these resort to comments about women's bodies when they can't substantively debate them.
I'm making that up.
Man, but all you do is just say shit about men and their bodies and other. You like do the same thing. What are you talking about? Fucking Nan coming in here like she's. Have you read your shit?
For an inexplicable purpose.
Yeah,
You're
none of
correct.
that is true. Clearly.
Were you intoxicated when you hit
Yeah, yeah.
Twitter, or
You're right.
She gets amnesia every night and like forgets like what she did before. Have you seen your shit?
I wasn't born in Texas. I didn't move to Minnesota. None
Oh,
of
you
those
know
things are
what?
true. I'm making them up now. That's a good idea for this Twitter Spaces.
I got. I will be right. It's gonna run real quick. I'll be right back.
You have a Pee Wee Herman vibe, so maybe I was wrong.
yeah, I don't care where you're from, Nick.
Perfect.
Pee Wee Herman. That, you know what? I like Pee Wee Herman, but he does have some Pee Wee Herman vibes. The voice and the, you know, the thing in the theater. He did a Pee Wee Herman. He did. You know that I feel bad because Pee Wee Herman had actual talent. Nick, I'm not so sure about. Like Nick.
Justify it however you want. Someone asked me, I answered the question. You're the guys who question my answer for no reason.
How did you hit a payloader? Did you not see it? They move pretty slow.
I told you, dummy, I have a pending legal issue I'm not going to discuss on a Spaces.
Stupid after hitting a payload.
Yeah. Kate's the dummy because she's asking a question, but you went up on a space after you got in a car accident that everyone on the internet is talking about. And she's the dummy for asking the question. You're the dummy for acting like that's a ridiculous question that everyone wants an answer to. I mean, what a clown.
With your fucking van, dude. I mean, like, when did you get your license? That's one, I guess, historical question. Has it been more than 10 years?
When did I get my license? I think it was 1998 or 1999. I don't remember.
Okay, so you've had lots of driving experience. How the fuck do you hit a payloader?
It's a good question, isn't it?
Do you have eyes? Can we start?
Was it galaxy gas?
No, I don't have eyes. I don't have those. Where do you get those? Is there a store I can feel my way
Yes,
to?
I think you can make your way to the nearest convenience store, and I think you can get some.
Is it right next to the Wittiness store? Because I'm guessing you shop there frequently.
Yeah, you need to go shop there, Nick, because I'm not getting any wittiness. I'm just getting a lot of lameness.
Oh, that was a nice bag.
He's like
Yeah,
five.
that was nice.
He's
That's the
five
one
years-
I-
literally 5 years old.
Yeah.
Just so that we're-
You guys have every opportunity.
I can't believe this dude is in a group of antis, and I'm like agreeing with the antis, the anti-Karen Reed people. These are all anti-Karen Reed people he's arguing with. And I'm like fucking supporting them on this. That's how fucking shit of a job he did. He's embarrassing. If you're free Karen Reed, you should be embarrassed by this guy.
To do something that you don't normally get, which is to talk to someone who is nationally recognized as
Oh, he's national. Look at this guy. Fucking another egomaniac. He's nationally recognized. Yeah, you're most well known for your fucking arrest, bro. That's what you're nationally recognized for, is your crash outs. Fucking your 1,000 pages on Kiwi Farms. Your kid testing positive for cocaine. That's what you're nationally recognized the most for. You're most famous for that, bro. Congratulations. That's a big fucking thing. You must be very proud, Nick. Your parents must be very proud. When you were born as a rich kid, Nick, did you ever think that would be your big accomplishment?
talking about this case. You have the opportunity to do it, and you're squandering it on nonsense.
Nick. I think you're only nationally recognized for one or two things that I'm aware of.
One of which is 8-year-old cocaine.
Yeah,
well,
that's
yeah,
it.
one's the cocaine on your kid, and then the second would be, the classic wanking it on the live stream. How embarrassed were you when you realized the camera was still on? I probably would have died. Like,
And one
on
is
camera
not
would
for
have died.
being barred, right?
You're not disbarred, right? You just forgot to do what you had to do to keep your license. Is that right?
He doesn't know how to use the mute button.
Well, I did have to mute everyone because he wouldn't shut up. So
I wish I was jerking off on that stream.
we know.
I
you were
wish I
jerking
was.
off. We know what a jerk
You
off
don't.
face looks like.
Do you understand how many substances I was on in that stream? Do you have any concept? Do you think?
This
Do
is
you
the
think
funniest part.
better.
with
You're right.
This is the funniest part. This might be truthful. It sure looked like he was whacking off. I don't know. Maybe he's telling some truth there because this is the best part for you, Nick, right here.
Way better. How many substances were you on?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know which ones.
Intoxicated
Do you
sex
think that
with
was
the
the level of
raw
polysubstance use I was on at that point, that jerking off would have done a single thing? Like, do you think that?
No, I
No
don't
one-
think it
no
works
one said
that
it
way.
did
I think that
anything.
you have a very sad, flaccid, just, husk of what used to be your genitals between your legs. I do not
I
believe
know
you.
you think about my genitals with frequency.
No,
You think about them with frequency. I get it. Like that's fine. It happens to a lot of people. Again,
This is another one. The fucking weird egomaniac, bro. You're not a very attractive man in his 40s at this point, bro. Like, you are not a catch. Stop with the false bravado. Nobody wants to look at your genitals.
And you have every opportunity to teach me about the Karen Reed case because I famously didn't look into all the backstory. And this is what you're spending it on because you people have no concept of how to do any of this. You're embarrassingly bad.
Rikita, sorry, I had to mute everyone else again because he's just talking.
This is a guy who crashed all his shit because his life was a mess. This is a guy who used to have 10, 15, 20,000, 50,000 people live in his chat who now has less than me. The only way he's got anybody now is he has to join the turtle cult to get their audience.
Way too much. Rikita, you came on here and you say, why is no one asking me any questions? And now you want us to teach you about the Karen Reed case? If you want to know about the Karen Reed case, ask a question.
I would like to teach you.
No, I'm telling you that you have the opportunity now to talk to someone who is listened to by thousands of people who is opposed to you.
You're not.
Go ahead and tell me whatever you want. And you're squandering it on my personal drama, which isn't interesting.
This is so valuable, folks. Do not squander the valuable opportunity to talk to Nikki Rackets. That's just like, you know what? My top guest, I've been thinking about it. It's Obama, Eddie Vedder, Nikki Rackets. Like, come on. He's like right up there with Obama and Eddie Vedder, folks. Like, when you have Nikki Rackets on your show, you better take it very seriously. You got to act like it's Obama on your show.
People, because it was years ago. Nobody gives a shit.
Nick,
It
because
is pretty interesting.
stupid spaces lap your pathetic attempts at continuing your streaming career. Okay, so like, don't get it twisted.
My pathetic attempts at continuing my streaming career blow your best success out of the water by an embarrassing
I don't
amount.
think that's true.
It's a dumb
Nick,
insult.
if we're Nick, if we're so inconsequential, why are you here?
Right.
Why are you
What's
here?
going on, boo?
Why?
Yeah, like that's a good point right there. If they're so inconsequential, why did you decide to call in on their space? You know, it's funny, Nick. Mass Troll Mafia, she did spaces about me in the past. I never jumped in them. I never felt like I needed to respond.
You care what we.
I don't know. You brought me on, dummy.
You
I-
requested to come on. I let you come on because I thought you might want to actually have a conversation, but you're just
You were
yelling a lot,
clamoring.
talking about
I'm
all the
trying to
drugs
have
you
a
do on
conversation
stream.
with you, and you
It's a
keep
lot.
going to my personal drama.
You're
I
like
tried to
knocking at
focus
the
you guys
door.
onto the Karen Reed issue, and you won't do it. The reason is you guys are embarrassing, holding on to some semblance of credibility after.
Okay, sorry. Y'all, I can't do it. It's just too much.
He is a lot.
Y'all.
If we want to talk Karen Reed, I mean, we can talk about
Oh
his
no. I don't wanna hear
misunderstanding
it.
of how the witnesses are public figures. I mean, we all agree that that's just a bad take. So if you want to comment on that, you can talk about
What they don't get is they're just making him more popular and they don't realize it.
why you think that, with like actual facts and stuff, or you can just like go away. Okay.
It's too
Unmute
much
him.
and he's a lot are things I've been told by women before. Go ahead.
Okay, so you just complained that we weren't talking about facts of the case, and now you're
Wait, did he say most wanted guest? He didn't have Obama on his show. What's he talking about? Did he say most wanted? I don't Obama.
we're talking about your own personal business again. So if you want to talk about the case, talk about the case, or you can go away.
You got
Keep thinking about my penis, ladies. See you later.
Let's not pretend that you have any prowess, Nick. You got hucked. You got cucked.
They're thinking about his penis that he admitted he can't get up because he's on too many various substances. Like,
By steel toe like that. I mean, I have seen that man now. He is more did he just leave?
I removed.
Oh, she
he's
removed.
gonna talk about that he got cocked by a very effeminate man. That's true. That Aaron guy.
So you muted him a bunch of times and then you got rid of him. Oh, okay. That's a roast, I guess.
Like, I don't know. You put Aaron and this dude Nick in a room. Who's more effeminate? They're both pretty effeminate. I bet they don't.
When you can't say the word, probably don't use it. What's feminine? Like is.
A lot of cologne on. I bet they have a lot of product. I bet they use a lot of facial cleanser. In a room, who's more effeminate? They're both pretty effeminate. I bet they dose a lot of cologne on. I bet they have a lot of product. I bet they use a lot of. Kate's gonna talk about he got cucked by a very effeminate man. That's true. That Aaron got like I don't know. You put Aaron and this dude Nick in a room. Who's more effeminate? They're both pretty effeminate. I bet they dose a lot of cologne on. I bet they have a lot of product. I bet they use a lot of facial cleanser.
He's annoying.
Facial cleanser. What's he talking about? Anybody know what he's talking about?
Let him fucking go. Free speech.
He's on his period.
I never thought I'd say the free Ricada and free. Well, I love boner salad, but you know,
free ricotta.
I only get so
rackets.
many hours in the day, and I'm not gonna let them be
Free
with
rackets.
that
With
jerk
Nick
off.
Ricada.
No, he's gross, and like
Is that it?
he can't
Is that
say
it? Do we have
anything
more?
of substance. Like say something other than like you're fat and I do a lot of drugs on live stream. Like, can we say anything other than
I don't know who it is.
I
Actually,
think
there's a few of them.
I've seen the size of his arms and his little baby bump. So I really do think that we probably weigh about the same. He's a frail looking man.
He's clearly very skinny.
You know what? I will say this. I think they're probably the same weight class. I would give.
Don't you bring up wrestling? Don't you bring up wrestling, Mike?
Give Nikki, because you know me, I'm a wrestler, so I know all about.
Oh, I knew it.
Combat sports.
I knew it was when he said weight class. I knew it was over. Combat sports, Mike. Combat sports.
And striking and fighting.
And striking and fighting? Mike, you're not a striker. What are you talking about? Now he's lying.
I would say Nikki Rackets has the reach in the fight. If Kate and
Mike's
Nikki
going
Rackets.
to break down the the fighter stats of Krusty Lundgren and Nick Ricada, that's a thing, right?
Rackets were going to go at it, but I think Kate would be stronger. I do. I think that she would probably win the fight, even though I think Nikki Rackets probably has the reach.
Yeah.
I think Kate would whip his ass. I do. I think she would whip his ass.
Did you guys hear the other night when he said man is more of a man than me? And somehow that's an insult.
And when you do a bunch of drugs, you end up like a twig. I mean, that's no surprise, but it's just not like I don't care about him. He's gross, and ugh.
I think I'm done with this. That's enough with the antis.
That's another one. Oh, Mike. I just paused you up. Look at that. I'm screenshot. Hold on. I'm screenshotting it right now. There it is. Look at that look. Drink that in for a minute. You know, that's from when he farted. He almost blew his eyeball out, if you guys haven't seen it.
I could never go up and like support them on things generally. Maybe about Turtle. But that Nikki stuff, I was just like, holy shit, Rackets, what are you doing, dude? Another one. Shut the
Shut up.
fuck up. Sometimes it's just best to keep your silence. You have a right to remain silent. Remember, bro?
another one.
Or you could just go onto a space and put your foot in your mouth and just they'll use
Twisted coming in with her comments.
He has no wit. Freaking cringe, bro. Cringe.
it for content.
Mike.
Oh yeah, you're an anti. I forget you're an anti because you don't push it in my face. It's funny. No, it's funny. I've always been friends with some antis. Like
Well, I'm sure the Reeds are psyched about that, Mike. I'm sure they love that.
been twisted to a degree, even back when we weren't talking. But it's funny because people get so caught up. They're like, "Oh, he's talking to antis. He's going to anti." You know what? Karen Reed was found not guilty. That shit's over. Like, I don't see.
Yeah, so that tells us you never had any integrity or code to begin with, Mike. That's all it tells us.
Any reason not to talk to someone who's anti. I don't get that. I don't, especially at this point.
Yeah, like it's water under the bridge, like I'll just sell my integrity down the river. It just doesn't matter.
Especially some of them, I like them. Like Twisted. I like Twisted.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I would love to see that one. I would pay for that one. You almost can't lose. You can't lose on that one. That would be a good fight. Oh, I would go to that one. I would buy tickets. Yeah, and I'm not saying you have to be, but don't get mad at me if I'm friends with an anti. That's what people get weird. Like,
people get weird.
Don't tell me who I can be friends with. You know what I mean? That's just.
I would never do that, Mike. I would never do that. But hold on a minute. Hold on.
I liked winding them up. I thought it was funny. We were having this conversation, me and one of the guys that's been in there a while the other day on voice chat, that if you really are opposed to people that have these beliefs and these behaviors, which is it's their right to have them, it's your right to disagree. I'm not going to get in between that. But, rather than just trying to shut them up, it does a lot more to mock and diminish them, right? So, I mean, if you have somebody who comes in, can I use words on your channel?
I absolutely don't give a shit.
Okay, all right. Okay, so if you have somebody that comes in and says nigger, 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 and I know that's going to get clipped, whatever, but over and over and over again, if you go, oh, that's awful, you're giving them a ton of power right now. They have the power to upset a large group of people, and now you just want to shut them up, and so you just toss them out. That person is going, haha, I upset everybody, and they feel powerful.
Isn't that what you want to do lately, Kate?
They're also going, I'm more marginalized. I'm speaking the truth and they don't even let me speak it. If you let them do that and mock them relentlessly for it, then sort of it's not just how they feel about what they're doing, but people around observe this is a joke. This is not something to be taken seriously. Somebody who believes in white supremacy is funny. It's a clown. It's not something that I should hitch my wagon to. That is how I feel about these things. So it's been very frustrating for me to see as soon as something is said that's out of line, there's no real discourse around it anymore. We just want to shut them up. And it's caused some problems, and we lost a mod that a lot of people liked in there. And I have nothing personal against the guy. But when you came back in with that name, Niggerly Nagger Nancy, I know what you were doing. It was fucking obnoxious. Like, I get that. It was fucking obnoxious. But there were no actual slurs in there. Niggerly means that you are miserly. Nagger means that you are nagging. And Nancy is a female first name. That's it. So for you to be timed out immediately, I immediately fixed that. People were not happy. Such is life. Right? I'm not here to make everybody happy. I usually am doing the opposite.
So Irish Demon is now apparently having a flip out right now. You see Irish Demon. I don't have to give in to peer pressure, so I'm not going to. I'm not monetized. I don't have to chase the money. But anyway, so you think it helps the discourse if you don't actually ban words. Is that a
I
correct
try to moderate
understanding?
as little as possible, while still understanding that there's a necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. But meanwhile, she's, you know, what happened to the Kate of old, I guess. All right, let's finish this up and we'll get out of here.
Step too far. I'm sorry. But you don't have to be. It's up to you. All right, I'm going to check. I think I'm out of here. I think I'm done. I think we streamed a lot today. Who knows? Something else could come up.
Who knows?
There's going to be some more streaming, probably maybe Thursday night, maybe Friday. Make sure you follow me. I'm expecting more content later this week. Yeah, it definitely looked like it. I mean, just because you can't actually finish it doesn't mean he wasn't trying. That's what I look at it as. That's what I think he's maybe being some truthful. He probably couldn't get it full. It was probably like a softie. He's probably trying real hard. It doesn't mean he wasn't trying, right?
There's no
That's
quitter.
always a good thing. Try not to tell others what to do. You can try to give advice sometimes. People usually don't take it.
Mike.
I'm just reading the chat at this point. All right, I'm going to head out.
His eyes are
I don't think
going.
if there's anything else. I did want to show some video from Lorna's mom. I talked about that with the treasurer candidate. I never got to play it. Oh, Todd McGee's going on JFK tonight at 6:30. That's cool.
Oh, man.
Very nice. I wonder if I could redirect. I wonder, does he have the redirect set up yet? I
Look at
tried to
that thing right
redirect
his
before to
face
him,
up.
but he didn't have it set up. Maybe I'll try. Let me see if he's got it set up
He's
yet.
staring into the sun. He cracks me up, man.
I wonder. You know what? I already have it set up. That's all right. So I'm gonna go check out Todd McGee with JFK tonight, 6:30. That sounds good. I heard he was going on over there. Yeah, let's go over and check out JFK at 6:30. It gives me a good 10-minute break too. It's me a couple minutes to get ready, have a little smoke break. I gotta feed my dogs, take out my dogs.
All right, where is the yeah, let me try
All
that.
right. All right. I will see you soon.
Hold on, I'm trying to
Maybe I can get Diana on. We'll see. Some crazy shit going on at the State House about Diana's is ugly. I'm sure we'll be talking about that on Grace Curley on Friday. Oh man, the State House is up to no good on that audit again. Oh shit, I just calling someone by accident. Who did I just call? All right, I gotta go. I'm accidentally hitting buttons. I just called somebody. Missed that. I did a butt dial. I just did a butt dial. Holy shit.
Who's live? Anybody?
I only did one.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I gotta go take care of the dogs. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night. Peace out, jerks. Thank you so much for the super chats today.
Super chat.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for everyone.
Much, Mike. We love you over here, dude. As fucking ridiculous as you are. You're the best. I don't even know if I'll be able to do it. I think you gotta go. Why do they make it such a pain in the ass? All right. Content over here. Here. And no, that's not okay. Hold on. 1 second. What's this? Shit. I can't remember. I can't remember how to do it. It's a pain in the ass to do. I don't see anybody live. All right. I would, but also, like, why do they make it so hard to do? I'll get used to it. Content. No, it's not that one. Dashboard. Content. Then you go to customization. Picture. No. That's not it either. This is a standard address. Link. Water. I don't know. Sorry. I'm not going to waste you guys' time looking for someone that probably isn't on anyways. So, Melanie's live right now. Is she? All right. Well, I'm going to play a couple things and I'm going to look, I'm going to bring it up again and see if I can do it. Because if I redirect, I'd like to redirect to Melanie if I could. So let's check this out.
Techno Viking in the night, lights flash, pure delight. Held up my slap chop, gonna make it right. Dancing through the crowd, chopping like a pro. Slice it thin, sprinkle spice, let the flavor flow.
Buy my tools, join the rave, feel the magic we create. Cooking rhythms, cutting beats, elevate your tasty plate. Chop it, mix it, groove along. It's a party for your brain. Get your slap chop rolling and you'll never feel the same.
Slap it, chop it, techno beats. Let's get loud, bring your friends, gather round, join the cooking crowd. Swing into the music, feeling oh so right with my Viking charm. Let's chop all night. Let's chop all night.
On the dance floor, slice and veggie dreams. In my horn helmet, I'm ruling kitchens, it seems. From beats to greens, hear the rave in the air. Slap, chop in hand, drop that rhythm with flair. Buy my kitchen gear, let the dance begin. Slice and dice with style, bring the rave right in. Keep the tempo rolling, people stop to sway. Good with techno, magic, we'll party all night. Play.
Slap it, chop it, techno beats. Let's get loud, bring your friends, gather round, join the cooking crowd. Swing into the music, feeling oh so right with my Viking charm. Let's chop
all night.
Let's chop all night. Techno Viking on a mission, comes alive in the flow. Crafting culinary rhythms, feel that chopping glow. Get your slap chop now, unleash your inner king. In the rave where you thrive, let your taste buds say. Slice through the night, we're dancing with delight. Viking beats, slap chop heat, culinary insight. Viking vibes and kitchen dreams, we're cooking up a storm with the techno bass pumping. Our hearts will stay warm.
All right, forget it. I can't. It's such a pain in the ass. All right. 1 second, please. Here. Did I get these? Did I get all of these? 1977, Felicia says, Mike, oh, yeah, we saw that one. Is a dummy, is a rat, is an idiot. Absolutely. Agree with you. I'll email you directions and read it. I just looked it up on AI, and like, this is the thing. When they tell you to go to the live stream and hover over the edit, that never works for me. I don't know where that is. I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't seem to work like that. I don't know. I did it successfully like last week, and then I forget how to do it again. I don't know. Because YouTube wouldn't let me send my last chat message. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Felicia. I appreciate you. Even though YouTube is janky. Things have been janky all day. The beginning of the stream was pretty rough. But all right, guys. We'll figure out the redirect. I gotta like map it out and like go through it before I start. I always just jump on live and I'm like 10 minutes after being on, I'm like, oh, I should have like did the redirect thing. Because you can do it before you even get on. So all right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you all. Thanks for coming to my presentation. And we'll see you next time on Cost You Live. Thank you.
Yeah. Chess Andrew Timmons. Yo. I'm the man in charge, triple dip justice, my reach is large, indicting T-Rex arms, yeah they on display, short reach, big mess on a public way, yo. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight, Posse rules the bench, I'm the law tonight, be so high, they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly, adjust your antennas, tune in tight, Posse rules the bench, I'm the law tonight, be so high, they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly, yeah. Advanced years, wisdom stacked, try me once, no turning back. James Jackson ordered, case dismissed. Kasi cheek strikes, you won't resist. Yo, yo. Order in the court, the rhythm pounds. Justice echoes, breaking bounds. Prosecutor by day, mic in hand by night. Adjust your antennas, I'm the signal, alright. Antennas, tune in tight. Kasi rules the bench, I'm the